noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. I'm Hunter Vaughn. Your Sports Center update is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. The Milwaukee Brewers got their brooms out at AmFam Field last night as they took down the Angels of Anaheim 5-2. Quinn Priester was fantastic with 10 Ks on the night, including 6 through the first 2 innings. Milwaukee now has a 6-game lead in the NL Central over the Chicago Cubs, and their lead over the Philadelphia Phillies for the NL lead is now up to 3 games. Milwaukee's back in action tonight as they go on the road down to St. Louis for a 3-game series. First pitch for that game tonight is at 7:15. Following that 3-game series will be 3 games on the road out at San Diego to take on the Padres. Wilde and Tausch starts right now.
Trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Touch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Friday edition. The live from TPC, Wisconsin for the Greater Bucky Open edition. The Pro Football Hall of Famer and beef connoisseur Joe Thomas scheduled to appear edition. And I'm not here to second guess how other people do the show on those rare days that I take off, but I can guarantee you this. We're not starting today's show like yesterday started edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, all-customizable ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find in both the Apple and Android app stores. Now, I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Hunter Vaughn is our quasi-cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs, we believe in better, in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, because there must be free food at the Greater Bucky Open. because live from the Greater Bucky Open at TPC Wisconsin is not only the Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher, but also Jesse Nelson, who they are alongside each other, even though you can't necessarily see them at the moment. Good morning, boys. How are you?
We're good. I don't even know if there is food, so that's why I'm a little confused. Why?
There's usually food.
If Joe was the starter last year and he brought us those great sandwiches.
Yes. So last year, I remember I was on my Madison weight loss program, and Joe brought breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah.
There were donuts. There were like croissants. There were all kinds of things here that I couldn't have last year.
I think he still snuck one.
I came back to avenge the loss from last year.
So he's here. I think it's because he knew that there was a blank storm back at the studio, and he put his best in charge of that with Hunter. I think that's probably more likely why he's out here, because as we've seen, we've done a ton of remotes this spring and fall, and I'd say it's 50-50 whether Jesse shows at these. And today he did, and there isn't like a smorgasbord of food out in front of us. But I think he also wants that GBO T-shirt that we always get.
Those are nice T-shirts.
That is also a nice
color.
perk. Yeah.
It's a great perk, and I think we've been out here now. I think we've done this every year we've done the show. So that's a fun tradition that we'll keep it rolling with.
It is a great tradition. What did I miss yesterday? Anything good? I listened to the first 45 minutes of the show. Yeah. It was bold. What did I miss after that? Anything really important that we need to cover, or can we get right to Tucker Kraft, who is either out for several weeks, not for the season, or he's fine, it was just a scare and he's going to play on Sunday?
I think we could probably get to Tucker. We covered a lot yesterday. I thought, Jesse, for the most part, I thought you did a good job yesterday.
Thanks, Tausch. Appreciate it. Jason, where were you yesterday?
For the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. I'd agree.
I was at a golf course trying to break 200. No, I was not playing. So Madison and Sydney played in their first varsity golf matches. Maddie's a sophomore.
Though, so do they just say, I know golfers, a lot of kids play golf in high school just to get out of school. But
no,
that's
not them.
That's usually they go and miss the second half of the day. So your kids are basically missing the full day of school if it's a 9 a.m. tee time, right?
Yes, Anna was in Marinette, so they had to be at the high school at 6:45 for the bus.
Okay, and then you and Paula drove up separate.
Correct.
And you guys walked? Did you walk the course with that bad foot?
I did. I've got some great golf shoes that I never wear to actually play golf in. Yeah. So it was great. I found a couple of balls, the tailor-made Speed Softs that some people lost during the course of the day. So I had some extra balls to give the girls. They played great.
How many other parents were out there?
I didn't see any.
So it's just you and Paula walking with like the other. What is there? 9 girls on a team? Is that?
Yeah. So there were. I mean, it was a shotgun start, and it was a ton of teams. So I'm sure there were other parents walking with other foursomes, but Sid was in one foursome and Maddie was in the other. So we each walked with one of them, and then we switched every few holes so we could watch the other one, and they were back to back, so that worked out well.
Both Wildes together just to acquiesce.
I'm not here to question coaches' decisions. I'm just here to support my kid, and there's only 3. It's a threesome. It's not a foursome, probably for speed of play purposes, because these are still young golfers. Sure. The girl who won it had a very, very good score. Sydney, I think, finished out of 85 girls 30th, and Maddie finished in the late 40s, I think. So they did. For their first varsity matches for both of them, it was pretty awesome.
Good.
So
they've done good. That's good.
Thank you again to you guys and Ashton and Riley and everybody. It takes a village to do Wilde and Tausch, as we're finding out today. But I really appreciate you guys allowing me to do that, because it was really awesome. I have not spent – it was actually on the other side of the river in Menominee, Michigan, and you're not going to believe this. Again, I don't – this is all – anecdotal evidence, but I had not one but 2 people say, hey, I love the show. And then
is that UP? Is Menominee, Michigan considered UP?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're
UP.
the geographer.
It's the UP.
I know we're big into UP. I know that.
And then Sydney also had a volleyball match in the evening, so she went straight from her golf tournament to her JV volleyball match.
Sure.
And I hold the door for a guy who's headed into Notre Dame Academy, and I'm just being nice, random older fella. And he stops in the door frame while I'm still holding. He says, I love you and Tausch, man. Tausch is the best. I was like, what are the odds of the one guy I held the door for being a fan of the show?
Maybe you should hold the door open more often.
Nothing about me, though?
I'm a big door holder.
Didn't say anything about Jesse. Oh, Jesse's a great producer. He's so
Nope.
funny.
Not a word.
Not yet. It's early, though.
He said, I listened to the show yesterday, and I can't believe he went back to the first pitch well. That's what he said. So what are your responsibilities now that I can actually see you? And you guys look amazing, by the way.
We were not on
There's a lot of things going on this morning in the studio, outside the studio.
I looked like I was on there before.
We were, and then we weren't.
Okay.
Tausch, what does your shirt say?
Honey Badger don't care. It's
Tough.
the Greater Bucky Open.
You got the sunglasses. You look amazing.
Well, I'll be honest. I was under the impression it's supposed to storm all weekend, and we're set up outside. I was very surprised, but our great team looks like we're going to get through it's beautiful out. So we're winding down here with chances to be outside, so I'm glad we're doing the show from outdoors.
So what exactly is your role at TPC Wisconsin? And it looks like you're in a different location than we were when we've been out there.
Yeah, we'll be right in the heat of the announcements, I can tell. And I'm sure there's going to be it's obviously for Carbone Cancer and American Family Children's Hospital. So I'm sure there'll be a really, there's always great stories as you're trying to, you have this thing sells out every year and you're going to raise money. So I'm sure at some point be talking over, like Jesse did with the Sports Center, a heartfelt family story of success that the Children's Hospital brought their family, and we'll be discussing Tucker Kraft's knee. That's my hunch on how this will go.
Wilde and Tausch trivia.
So as far as what is our thing, how can we be as uncomfortable as possible during a really special family moment? That's, I think, the role that we have out here.
Well, we can't wait for that because that is always a highlight and an awkward moment that Jesse feels.
It's become a tradition. Yeah, it's a tradition.
One of my least favorite moments of my entire professional career.
And that's really saying something because you've had a lot of bad moments.
It's a long list, and that one's near the top.
You've had a lot of other ones. No, don't beat yourself up.
So, Jesse, I have my Hall of Fame beef hat on, which is, again, one of these flat brims that I need the dad curve. The flat brim is not for me.
Nah, you look good.
But I'm wearing it in honor of the great Joe Thomas, who has stepped away from the farm long enough to be scheduled to appear on the program today.
His book.
Did he sign a book for you?
That's not your average Joe Thomas. That's
and it's
his book.
authorized. I thought I would prefer the unauthorized version.
That's his book.
Okay, I can't wait to read it. I didn't know Joe had a book.
Yeah.
Beef.
Watch. Look at this.
Uh-oh.
I got one here too.
You're the only one without a book.
What is it? Oh, you got an autographed book. I'm going to be honest. I'd rather get some Wagyu A5.
Yeah.
I don't want Kobe. I want Wagyu A5. I know Joe's story pretty well. I can read Jesse's book. I prefer A5 Wagyu.
Yeah, this is actually something that Joe signed for a guy that he competed with at the state high school track meet. It's the kind of guy Joe is. Ran into somebody who is the sister of that guy. He's a huge fan of Joe. Joe signed a book for him. I got to deliver it for him. So,
and I see Micah and Van Ness are eating his beef. I mean, he's feeding the enemy this week.
I got some of his beef sent to me as well.
You did?
What?
Just wait a second. When?
Several weeks ago.
I'm going to have some serious beef with Joe. If he sent
you got beef about his beef.
I better get me some of that good beef.
I'll tell you this, and if you listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly on ESPN Madison, you've heard Molly Brown accuse me of having the same palate as her toddlers. And Joe had said that the apple cheddar beef sticks are his favorites of his kids.
Sure.
Those are my favorites, too. I have to reorder some more. They are the best. They are the best beef stick I've ever had.
Beef sticks are great. I want the straight-up Wagyu. Like, that's the good stuff. Like, all of it's good. We'll discuss later.
We could take that up with him at 9:30. He is scheduled to appear again. Hall of Fame beef and some beef between two great Badgers offensive linemen coming up at 9:30. Jesse and Tausch are at the Greater Bucky Open. All right, I'm going to tease this, then we'll talk more about it in the next segment after Tausch tells us about Pella. But Tausch, how many times during your career do you recall guys going down in practice? Because that's really not great anytime that an injury happens, but we know the David Bakhtiari story from several years ago. Tucker Kraft goes down with a left knee injury. There's some concern. We're told it's not long-term, it's not season-ending, but anytime you say, well, it's not season-ending, indicates that it's serious, at least somewhat serious, and then it's not season-ending, and now it's just a tweak. It was a scare. He's going to be okay. He's good. Where should I be on this as we get ready to discuss it coming up next?
I think there should be a level of concern. To answer your first question, it does happen. I think as practices, we would do 2 days a week of pads, and we crack some skulls as we're going about doing our business. So it wasn't as if it's all jogged through. I think they've limited it now to one. And This stuff does happen. You have to practice. I mean, most of us do. And when you're doing that, you are risking. Now, it's different than what you're doing in training camp and what you do in the preseason. But there's always that risk. But I think you have to stay sharp, and you can't go a full season and not do what you're going to do in a game. Like, at some point, you do wind it down, and you try to just make sure you're keeping guys healthy and fresh. But there's still limited amount of times that you have to. And I don't know, this could have just as easily been just in a drill. Like, I don't know when David did his. This stuff does unfortunately happen. It's gotten less and less, but it is the risk that you take when you practice, but you do have to practice football to play football.
All right, we'll talk more about that and what it means if he's not available on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns. But before we can do any of that, Tausch needs to tell us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, when a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home, but when you see the experience and the professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Order by the end of the month. Get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
We'll talk more about Tucker Kraft's knee injury scare, tweak, and what we should be worried about next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Big Saturday with a home game in Madison. I'm feeling good on this Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. I can tell you this, we were feeling good when my family worked with the pro painters from Holman Lindsay for our home's paint project. Holman Lindsay's pro painters were incredible. They did the job so much better than we could have and made the whole process easy on all of us. All you have to do to get connected is stop into any of Holman Lindsay's Madison area locations, ask, and they'll help get you set up with the pro painters that are perfect for what you need. And whether it's the Cardinal and White we'll be seeing all around downtown Madison this weekend or any other color that would best fit your home, remember, Wisconsin's best painters use Wisconsin's best paint, and Wisconsin's best painters are the pro painters at Holman Lindsay Paints. Holman Lindsay, great paint, great people, and stay tuned for Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
The search for luxury begins at Audi Madison. Save $5,500 when you purchase or lease a new 2025 Audi Q7 55. National customer credit is good toward the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until September 30th. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
And not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Former basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal is DJ Diesel, and he's coming to the Sylvie on Friday, September 19th. Catch Shaq and his Base All-Stars live. Tickets on sale now at Sylvie.com. Don't miss your chance to see Shaq, DJ Diesel live in Madison on September 19th.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Feel the thrill, chase the excitement, and win big. With jackpot soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Ready to roll, ready or not, ready to give it all I got. Gotta live to win, get up, get even. Ready to roll, ready or not, ready to give it one more shot. Let the game begin, it's something to believe in. Ready to roll.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on with Jesse and Tausch at the Greater Bucky Open at TPC, Wisconsin. Jesse, any former Buckies already come by, or maybe the actual Bucky come by and concuss Tausch, or has that not occurred yet?
This is the scene of the crime where Bucky's nose got in Tausch's grill when we were out here a few months back for the ESPN Madison Open. I have not seen actual Bucky in attendance yet. But we are kind of in the back.
What about Stacy Bruner?
I haven't seen him yet either. I'm sure. Oh, I think he'll be rolling around here at some point coming up here.
Is Irick with him?
He's got a big day. I don't know. I haven't seen Stacy to know.
Irick, you, Rick. We all
Greater
Rick.
Bucky Open's always fun, though.
All right, Tausch. So I did. This was one of the rare times where I felt the need to text the head football coach, because Tucker Kraft is a pretty important piece of what they do. And for him to go down during practice and there being conflicting information for a while there, and I got we got to keep him guessing. So he did not answer my question. I am curious.
Well, what was your question?
What happened to Tucker Kraft and what's the concern level?
He say, beat it, nerd?
Beat it, nerd.
What did he say? What did he say? He's like, Who is this? Why are you texting me when I'm watching Blue Bloods tonight? what the hell's going on around here? Can't you just come to a press conference?
Couldn't you just have one of those after practice instead of before? But we talked to Adam Stenovich afterwards. We certainly locker room was over, so it's not like you could talk to Tucker Kraft or to any of his fellow tight ends. We'll see what Matt LaFleur says this morning. But look, and I said this to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. Like this is a little bit different. Like Tucker Kraft has crossed that Rubicon into star player status, and when you have reports like this, the fan base freaks out. I know,
yeah, they do.
I know plenty of people that were texting and tweeting me, worried that, and look, it's great that you have a player of that caliber now in Tucker Kraft, that he's reached that level. So there was a subsequent report from Ian Rappaport that it was a tweak and he's all good and it was just a scare. I think Bill Huber at Sports Illustrated had that as well. I mean, look, I don't know if that means he's going to be available on Sunday or not, if he's going to play. If they say it's all good, does that mean he's good to play? I don't know, but they were doing tests after practice, and anytime something like that happens and a guy's added to the injury report, that is a concern. My question for you, Tausch, is if he's not available, there has been times when we've been very excited about Luke Musgrave. There's Chipotle Ben in the mix. There's certainly John Fitzpatrick. What does this do to your offense if you don't have Tucker Kraft and you don't have Jaden Reed?
It's a huge loss, and it actually made me think, we talked irreplaceable guys. Musgrave, this will be a great opportunity for him. I think if you're Luke or any of the staff, you're thinking, all right, let's see what we have. Do we expect him to be as productive as Tucker? No. But he has – I think we forget he was drafted higher. He is probably he's been a better athlete when you just take the numbers, speed and everything else. Obviously, Tucker has taken that next step. Luke, with injuries and some of the other stuff, it's set him back. This is a great opportunity for him if Tucker is unable to play. Staff-wise, I think you try and find – I don't think you're going to do all the same things that Tucker does, but seam routes and let him get vertical and put more pressure on a defense. You want to get him involved in this game and give him a chance to show that he can be a really good NFL football player, because up until now I don't think he is not, by no fault of his own other than the injury, he hasn't really been able to prove that.
Right.
This is his chance. So you can look at it in a positive way, you're going to look at it in a negative light. And it's up to you to determine how you want to go about doing that. And I think the Packers could say, well, maybe there's a skill set that maybe Luke is better than Tucker. Let's utilize that, and then let's find different ways. We get now Chipotle Ben can come in and he can run block and cut off the backside and maybe find some different things that these guys' skill sets fit to make the offense even more efficient. But understanding Tucker is that total package that you want back sooner rather than later. But, man, if I'm Luke Musgrave, I am chomping like, all right, I didn't know I'd even get another opportunity. Now it's here. I am as prepared as I possibly can be. I'm healthy. Let's go out and show why they picked me in the second round. He's a second-round pick, right?
Correct. You are correct, yes.
There you go.
So my last question on this so we can get to Joe Thomas, and you can have your beef with him about his beef. And this applies to the Jaden Reed question a little bit, too. And I use the line from, one of my favorite movies, Moneyball. We can recreate him in the aggregate. The challenge of both Reed, who does everything well, right? He can go downfield. He lines up in the slot. You can give him the ball as a running back. You can give it to him on jet sweeps and pop passes. Tucker Kraft, he can run block. He can pass block. He can chip and thump. He can certainly run every route in your route tree. How much more difficult does it become when you have to replace a guy who does everything well with a bunch of guys that do one aspect of what he does well? You know what I mean? Like, Luke Musgrave is not going to be your first choice to be always thumping Myles Garrett on his way out for a passing play. Right? Chipotle Ben is probably more effective in that way. So how does that change your offensive game plan when you don't have that guy that does everything well?
Well, it makes it more complicated, but you can, again, look at it either in a positive light or in a negative. You can say, well, yeah, that sucks. We're missing our best aerial weapon in Tucker Kraft. Or you could say, this is going to give us a chance to get more guys involved and see what we have to build our depth and to give. I just think you have to be excited for Luke, and I think if you're Matt LaFleur, if you're Adam Stenovich, you're thinking, all right, let's see, because we think we don't know because we haven't seen enough of what Musgrave can do. But all of a sudden, this is okay. If we have, you can get more guys involved, and that's always a concern, more so in the wide receiver room than the tight end room, because as we know, receivers may be a little more difficult to manage the egos and the expectations of targets. But you can now spread this around, and if guys don't respond, it's really hard for them to complain later about how many reps they're getting. And if they do respond, you find roles for them, even if it's limited packages. So you can see maybe it is Chipotle Ben's really good at cutting off the backside, or he's really good at thumping really good pass rushers. And all of a sudden now when you're in the playoffs or you're late in the season and a team comes to town, oh, well, boy, his skill set fits this really well. That's the way you look at it. That's why coaches get paid big bucks. It's to solve problems. And when Tucker Kraft, if he is unable to play, that is a problem. Now you have the depth. You have three other guys. Figure it out. Figure out what's going to work. That would be, I guess, my quote.
It's good advice. Not that Tito's doesn't go with everything, because it does. But I feel like you get a little Wagyu beef, you get a little Tito's with, you could muddle it, whatever you might do. Sounds like a pretty good night for you and old T there.
Oh, well, I know Joe loves Tito's. We all love Tito's. You're at a golf outing. You win it. You take last. It doesn't matter. Mix of Tito's right now. Bloody Marys. Start your day. Out on the course, get a transfusion. A little grape juice, of course, mix it with Tito's. And at the end of the day, if you want to go cranberry, you want to go lemonade, you want to go tonic, just make sure it's Tito's handmade vodka that you mix in with it. And Tito's gives back in a big way. They're out at all these charity events as well. They partner with nonprofits. They do real good out in the communities across the country, and especially for our four-legged friends. So next time you're raising a glass, make it with Tito's handmade vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Joe Thomas, Hall of Fame football player, Hall of Fame rancher, Hall of Fame guy. Jesse, did he sign your book for you, or are you going to have him sign it on the air?
Oh, he did sign the book. Yeah, look at that, right?
It just says, did he write a nice little note to you? Jesse, to the world's greatest producer.
Wait a second.
To Tausch.
I do. Let me rephrase that. Joe did give me a book, and Jesse stole it. Just like the Jones Dairy meat from Christmas, he stole it and didn't tell me about it. Did he give you Wagyu beef too?
He did when he was in the studio when you were
Just
on
wait
the
a second.
sabbatical.
So he gave me a book and probably beef, and you stole all of it.
To
What's
Tausch.
going on around here?
Very, very, very frustrating.
Yes, indeed, I am.
That's amazing that he opened it.
Yes,
and
that's
it
for
was
you.
addressed to you.
I need a book.
More Wilde and Tausch with Joe Thomas scheduled to appear next. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. Whether you're saving up to buy a jersey for your new favorite player, tickets to a playoff game, or simply need some extra spending money for you and your family, it's always great to learn new ways to save some extra cash. Well, I've been telling you for a while now about how you can save money and help save the planet by making the switch to Everlight Solar. When my family first thought about making the energy switch, we weren't exactly sure where to go. That's when we got in touch with the team at Everlight Solar, and through every step of the process, they were great as we made the switch to solar. Let them do the same for you. Check out everlightsolar.com to find out more and schedule a free consultation. That's everlightsolar.com. Save money and help save the planet. When you're ready to make the switch, take my word for it. Count on the team at Everlight Solar.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit badgerlandexteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's badgerlandexteriors.com.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
It's an undefeated Big Ten showdown. 3-0 Michigan State travels to the Coliseum to face 25th ranked and 3-0 USC.
Touchdown, USC!
Coverage begins Saturday night at 10:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's kickoff time at Metro Florida Madison, and we're bringing the heat with unbeatable truck deals. Get the 2025 F-150 Lightning with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per $1,000 borrowed, or tackle any job with the 2024 F-150 or F-150 XLT, now at 2.9 APR for 66 months, $16.41 per $1,000 borrowed. These offers end September 30th, so don't fumble your chance to save. Visit MetroFloridaMadison.com and score your next truck today.
Pizza lovers, when the craving hits, hit back with Pizza Hut's $5 crafted flats pizzas. Mark Tauscher here, and new at Pizza Hut, 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, chicken bacon ranch, and Nashville hot chicken. All just $5 each all day. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or game day. Order your $5 handcrafted flats at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
We're on the Packers.
This NFC North is a 2-team race.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
Green Bay already showcased where they're at. The North is not going to be the best division in football this year.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Joining us now, the man who signed a book for Mark Tauscher.
Just got it now, 3 years later.
And Jesse didn't even read it while he had it. Otherwise, he would have known that it was signed to someone like you.
I knew it was autographed. I did not realize it was dedicated to Tausch.
Joe, I just want to apologize. I besmirched you as you're handing out Wagyu beef to Jason and to Jesse in autographed books, and I besmirched you, and I want to make sure I take back my besmirchment
because I actually did get a book. I just never received the book. So I want to apologize to you first before Jason introduces you.
It's Joe Thomas on Wilde and Tausch.
Hey, everybody. Hey, this is where Jesse Nelson, the world's greatest producer, gives that round of applause, that button that he presses where everybody goes, wow, amazing. But Tausch, thank you so much. This has been really fun sitting in the waiting room and listening to all the shenanigans that's going on. I appreciate you on the take back for the besmirching. However, I would love it to be able to give you that book and the Wagyu beef in person, but you're always on vacation. Every time I come in, and I'd love to see my buddy, my great friend, going all the way back to my Wisconsin days, hang out in Wando's bar, but he's always on vacation. Really ESPN Wisconsin.
Joe, I learned from watching you. Every time I look at you or Annie's Instagram page, you're in South Africa, you're in Germany, you're in Switzerland, you're in Bavaria, and I'm just trying to
in Bavaria.
Take a couple snippets from what you're doing.
Well, those are work trips, Tausch. Let's be clear. I'm an Instagram influencer, so I have to take these trips and post to the world to all my hundreds of followers, or I can't make ends meet over here on the Hall of Fame beef farm.
Fair enough.
Joe, we want to talk some football. We want to talk Badger football and offensive line. We want to talk about your former team, the Cleveland Browns. I had a few conversations with folks this week. It's got to be tough to be a Cleveland Browns fan. But before anything else, I am proudly wearing my Hall of Fame beef hat. Now, you and I, yes, you're welcome for my service, and thank you for the beef sticks. They were delicious. And I got my book right away, by the way. But I need your help because you're a dad, but you and I, very similar, right? Lots of similarities between you and I. We're practically twins.
Twinsies.
If it's the Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger version of twins.
Who's who?
I think we know that one. But I'm a big dad hat guy that I curve the brim because I'm an old man and I'm trying to rep the brand and the flat brim. You look like you are a flat brim guy. Do I just need to get used to it? Is it as simple as that?
It's the new wave. I've got a couple hats. I've got the farmer hat, with the curved brim, of course, that I usually wear when I'm out in the fields because it covers the sun a little bit better, on the side of my face. I'm getting older. I got the crow's feet coming, and as like I said, Instagram influencer, trying to keep the boyish good looks going. So you got to keep the sun off the side of your face. But, the young kids today, they want to wear the USA Hall of Fame beef hat with the flat brim. And so you got to give the people what they want. Oh, my gosh. The groupies are here. Get them away. Where's security? Somebody help Tausch and Jesse. Oh, my goodness. They're taking their clothes off. What's happening?
We're glad it's 9:30 and not 3:30.
Good Lord.
This
How
is
much
3:30
Tito's have you
with
guys
the
had
Tito's
already?
and everything else. We couldn't control what the heck is going on. So, Joe, this is what happens. Nobody comes over. You come on the screen, and girls are just coming over doing Lord knows what. So I apologize. Here we go.
That's what happens when you're an Instagram influencer.
That is true. You're influencing these ladies to – oh, boy.
But somehow, even though I'm this big influencer now, I can't influence the ladies in my own house. I can't get my kids to wake up and show up on time to school and get their shoes. Can't get the wife to do anything. But yet, virtually, I'm having influence over the ladies at the golf outing that Wilde and Tausch are at right now.
Well, Tausch and Jess you're at. So I saw this before we get into the Browns stuff. You had Wagyu up to Green Bay. I saw Lucas Van Ness has been posting your Instagram influencing a lot of Green Bay Packers, including one of the biggest acquisitions we've ever seen in Micah Parsons. Tell us a little bit about how that came together.
Well, it's pretty amazing because Wagyu beef seems to have this magnetic effect where people just are drawn to it. And so I didn't have any relationship with Lucas Van Ness, but being an Iowa guy, Midwest guy, he understands what good beef means and how it can fuel his body. And so he actually reached out to us on Instagram. So I sent him a package and I said, here, first one's on us, guys. Happy to help you out, even though you don't play for my team anymore. So I gave him some steaks and he loved them. And now he's a customer. He's actually buying it. And so I was up there at Lambeau Field giving a speech to Compeer Financial. And I said, hey, I'm coming up. If you want me to help save on shipping, I can bring you a few steaks. And he goes, great. I want 150 Wagyu steaks for me and the boys. I'm going to just put it in the locker room and let it be a grab bag. I want to do something nice for the team. And so I said, well, hey, hang on. Is this thing on? I said, thanks, Lucas. That's amazing. I appreciate that. But unfortunately, we've sold a lot already. We don't have 150. I was like, I can find 50 in my special friends and family stash that I keep offline that we don't sell. So I brought those up there for him. And, unlike Wilde, who still has yet to post anything about the freebie Hall of Fame beef that I gave to him.
He didn't he's an influencer. He didn't
nothing,
put anything up?
Nothing. Didn't put a single thing. And he blames that he was busy with training camp. Yet Micah Parsons, who I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's this new player that's on your defense. And Lucas Van Ness, who don't really have a lot of followers, and they're not really busy this week in the middle of the game week, found a way to be able to not only post the day that I gave them the beef, they bought the beef, but they also cooked it that day. So apparently Wilde is a higher level of influencer that I've yet to really penetrate into his market to be able to influence him. But he is wearing the hat, so I do appreciate him. So at least we're making some level of progress.
Yeah, I feel like I should cook it first. I mean, I'm happy to stand in front of my freezer holding my frozen beef saying how great of a person Joe Thomas is. I have no problem with that, but I have not cooked it yet, no. And I'm a little nervous, too. I feel pressure because what if I burn it? Like, I feel like maybe I should bring in someone who's a little bit, like, not Tausch, because we know he also makes chewy smoked meats. Yeah, so he's not going to help me. That's true. Like, I just don't want to mess it up. That's all.
The good news is, Wilde, you don't have to worry about it because our beef is unmess-upable because of the intramuscular fat, the marbling on this stuff. It's like 3 times what prime quality USDA beef is. So you really can't mess it up. Don't worry. It's going to be fine. Even yesterday, when I dropped off the beef, I tried to take like a nice little Instagram video. And so I put it on there on my story and I posted it and spent a good bit of time. But even a guy that used to play for the Cowboys, and he's new to Wisconsin, so probably new to the high quality beef that we had, he didn't mess it up. And so I think if Micah Parsons can make a Hall of Fame beefsteak perfection, I think Jason Wilde can probably double that. I believe in you, buddy.
I agree.
And you know what? If you don't trust yourself, I have to go back up and pick up my Yeti cooler that I dropped off with Lucas at some point. So I will personally come up there with fresh steaks and I will cook them for you and I'll baby bird it if you really need that much assistance. And then I'll take the photos for you. I'll write the caption. I'll even put it in your Instagram if you want for you. So all you have to do is press send.
All right, I will go pick up your cooler.
That's full service. That's what we do at Hall of Fame Beef. We don't play around.
All right, can we talk about football now?
I don't know.
All right, I guess so.
It's kind of fun. Yeah.
Joe, what's the biggest? Because I did note A4 to A5. Like A5 is just unbelievable.
So the answer is no.
Yeah,
we can, but I do want to know what is the big difference? Because you think Wagyu, you think Wagyu is going to be good, but what separates A5 from A4? What's that? That's one digit. Why is it so good?
It's only one. It's one number. It's just $1. No, so I have, as you can imagine, I've gone quite deep in the beef rabbit hole because that's just what I do with things. I become too obsessed, and so the A4 and the A5, it's on the Japanese rating scale, and it not only is it about the amount of intermuscular fat, it's about the color of the beef. It's about how the fat is spread out. It's about the thin or thickness of the veins of fat that go through. So, really, like, you and I would probably have a hard time differentiating, but these Japanese guys that have been grading this their entire life, it's a big difference in, is that $50 an ounce if it's A5 versus like 20 if it's A4. So like it makes a big deal with that rating scale, but it's on like another level that we can't even really understand. And we probably really can't even really appreciate it, whether you buy A5 or A4.
And Joe, there's no A6 or 7, is there?
Not yet, but Hall of Fame beef is going to get up to that level.
what
Don't
I'm
worry. Tausch, when you were in Japan, did you get any of the
We did,
A5
yes,
over there?
That's where we got real dialed in. And
Yeah.
yes,
On the hot rocks. So that's actually my
yes,
favorite way.
hot
Just like the
rocks,
thin
and
strips.
You don't have,
like.
you don't have to cook it for long. Yeah,
It's amazing.
All right, Jason, go ahead. You
All
want
right,
to talk
football.
about Miles
Yeah,
Garrett?
go ahead.
Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
Football, all the time. Jeez, what is this, like a sports channel or something?
Just to make sure that I'm doing my parts for the beef that I have not made yet, but the beef sticks that I have devoured.
They're pretty good, though. The sticks are great.
SixSpringsFarm.com is the website. They'll spell it out, SIX, SpringsFarm.com. You can sign up for alerts, which I have done. More importantly, though, you can get all the different products, including a Joe Thomas autographed knife.
Is that right?
It's got his
It's a really nice
signature
knife.
embossed in the, and it's not in the handle though. It's in like the cutting area. It's amazing.
Okay.
So you can get that as well. The hat I'm wearing right here, that is also available. I think the hat that Joe is wearing is also available.
You can't buy this one. This is original stock. I bought this on Amazon for $5 because I have a head that's like twice the size of Jesse's even, and so like the regular hats don't fit. So I just put a little like a glue-on logo here, or whatever it is. It hasn't fallen off yet, but maybe someday if there's enough demand. Yes, making my own hats. Look at this guy. But yeah.
So again, the website is SixSpringsFarms.com for all your beef.
Or you can go to halloffambeef.com. It takes you both to the same place. If you have a hard time saying it like me and Wilde clearly, just go to halloffambeef.com.
halloffambeef.com.
We got all
right,
the URLs.
Speaking of Hall of Famers, Miles Garrett will someday be a Hall of Famer.
Yes, he will.
Tausch and I discussed this earlier in the week. The way you lose to the Browns, given where their offense is at with 68-year-old Joe Flacco at quarterback, is you let Miles Garrett wreck your game and have a sack, fumble. The way the Pack returned for a touchdown, the way the Packers defense is playing, you feel really good about it. You cannot allow a future Hall of Famer to wreck the game. You obviously follow your former team very closely. I think their defense is better than probably Packers fans are realizing this week. How do you view this matchup?
So obviously we've seen the point spread, and the Browns are not favored. Packers are rolling. Browns are doing the opposite. But if I'm a Packers fan, what are the things that I'm looking for when I'm watching this game? One, can I block Miles Garrett, right? Because that's the key. This defense, although maybe when you look at their numbers, you're thinking, well, they're good, but they're not great. No, this is a great defense. It's just the offense hasn't pissed a drop the entire season. They've had like 0 drives, and so they continue to put the defense in difficult situations. But still, the defense has held up really, really well. They've got the best rushing defense in the NFL, and so they really need to actually try to go at the Browns defense with Josh Jacobs to establish that run, because what the Browns defensive strategy is going to be is they want to make the Packers one-dimensional by taking away the run and then allowing Miles Garrett to rush the passer. They've got 2 great cornerbacks, Greg Newsome and Denzel Ward, both Pro Bowl guys on the outside, but their third position, that slot corner, that nickel corner, is really, really weak. And so teams have been going and spreading out their 2 number 1 and number 2 receivers to try to get Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome wide or out of the box and out of that situation where they can have any type of help defense. And then they've gone right at that nickel cornerback position. And so I think that's what Jordan Love is going to try to do. That's what the Packers are going to try to do. But if the Browns are able to get him one-dimensional by stopping the run, then nobody can block Miles Garrett. That's just a absolute fact. That is not subjective. That is objective fact. He's impossible to block, even when you try to double team him. And so it's just a matter of how quickly can we get the ball to our number 3 guy. And so I have a ton of respect for LaFleur. He's an amazing coach. He does a great job setting up plays in series, not just thinking of plays as individual. Okay, this is a good play. That's a good play. Like the way he tries to set it up, the way he shifts in formations to be able to get advantageous matchups in the passing game, I think is going to be really important for the Packers to be able to find a way to get the ball quickly to their number 3 guy, whoever that nickel corner is covering. That's going to be the key to the game right there for the Packers offense.
So, Joe, how would you did not probably have a lot of help throughout your years of playing. with chips and with everything else, but if you're devising a plan and you blocked Myles Garrett probably, I believe you said one of the reasons you retired is because you had to block Myles Garrett as much as you did during training camp because he is unblockable. What would you want as an old tackle, and what do you think is the best way to slow down great pass rushers for average offensive tackles?
Yeah, so the reason Aaron Donald was so dominant for all those years as an interior pass rusher, because it's much harder to handle an interior guy, right? Because you can always slide to him and kind of double him, but it's not like you can add a chip from an interior position. And the way he would get up the field and split those double teams, like he was almost unblockable. That's why they won the Super Bowl when he was there. But on the outside, the best way to block Myles Garrett is to get into empty, right? So no running backs in the backfield, but you take a tight end or two sometimes, depending on if you have two pass catching tight ends. You put him in that near hip position, kind of off the line of scrimmage, but right off the hip of the tackle. And then before they get out in their route, they give a hit or a chip right down the middle of that defensive end, right down the middle of Myles Garrett. So they slow him down for just a split second, because then he can't get his first two steps in the ground like a sprinter would. And that little bit of slowing him down gives the offensive tackle time to get off the ball and then get his feet in balance and beat Myles to the spot that he wants to be at. And then he's still going to lose, but at least you're buying yourself a second and a half. You're slowing him down. You're giving yourself a chance to get off the line of scrimmage so that you can beat him to the spot, because Myles wins so often because he's so quick off the ball. So now an offensive tackle is trying to catch up. And right, remember, we're worse athletes than they are. And that's another objective truth. And so now I'm off balance because I'm trying to catch up to a guy who's already ahead of me. He's running forward. I'm running backwards. And now, because I'm off balance, he can do whatever he wants to me. He can put his foot in the ground and beat me to the inside. He can keep rushing up the field, which that's his best move, is that dip and rip where he turns the corner and he almost takes like a 90-degree angle once he gets about 7 yards up the field and turns towards the quarterback. And so just to be able to prevent that is really important. But the reason you have to have two guys in is because Myles is just as good at rushing the passer over the left tackle as he is over the right tackle. And a lot of times on third down, if they like the matchup over the right tackle, or they feel like teams are just trying to jury rig the protection to put an extra guy only on the left side, they'll just flip him over, or he'll just do it himself. He has that freedom in our defense to be able to just say, hey, over there on the other defensive end position, you go over there and rush the left tackle. I'm rushing the right tackle in this position in this series on third down, because I want to be able to get after the quarterback. So it's really important to be able to still have three receivers in the route that are available to go down the field with Jordan Love wanting to probably throw the ball a little bit down the field, especially towards the middle, and still having those two tight ends or a tight end or another player that can go on both sides of their tackles.
So, Joe, you blocked Freeney, you obviously Myles Garrett,
DeMarcus Ware, Terrell Suggs, James Harrison, all those guys.
Yeah, Suggs. What is it about? Is it just because he's such a freak athletically? Like, what is it that makes Myles Garrett? Because there are plenty of players where you have to focus. Julius Peppers. Myles Garrett just seems even different or on a higher level than that.
Yeah, so when I talk to people, I'll give them the 30-second, like, why is Myles Garrett so good? It's because he's 280 pounds. He runs a 4.55, which is great. There's guys that do that in the world, but not many. He's extremely powerful. Like, I had the record in our weight room for the static pull, which is, if you could imagine, like a hang clean position if you're in the weight room, and it's a bar that's connected to the bottom of the power rack. So you can't move it, but it's got a sensor to see like how many pounds you can pull. And my record was like 1,000 pounds or something, like 1,050. And Myles was the only guy that I played with in my entire career that was close to that number. And I'm sure now he's blown that away because he was a rookie. He was like 20 years old at the time when he did that. So he's extremely powerful. But really what makes him unique is his ability to run at full speed, that 4.55 speed, and turn the corner. If you've ever seen training camp, which I'm sure all you guys have, the defensive linemen love to put these big like hula hoops out, and then they run in a circle, right? And it's training them to be able to run on a curve at high speed. And Myles has these really flexible ankles. I'm like a nerd about ankle flexibility, right? Because being able to get your heels in the ground allows you to create the most force through contact. He's able to put his full foot in the ground, so his heel is in the ground. His shin angle, so his shin is like almost touching the ground. Shin angle, almost touching the ground when he's turning that corner. And so it allows him to run full speed, but also be very, very low. If you imagine like a limbo bar at like 3 feet high, he can run 4.5 and do a 90-degree turn. And he's getting under that 3-foot bar because he's so low. And then the power that he has. So as an offensive tackle, now you're trying to move as fast as you can, trying to block a guy that's like 3 feet off the ground. And by the way, as soon as he gets into your pads, now he's lower than you and he can lift you up and throw you into the quarterback, even if you're ahead of him. If you're not ahead of him, he can just dip that shoulder even further. And then now he's going underneath you and then he's coming back downhill onto the quarterback. So he is the impossible player to block out there as a defensive end because of shin angle, speed, power, and his ability to turn that corner by keeping his feet in the ground with his great ankle mobility. So watch for that on Sunday. It'll be fun if you're just a football biomechanics nerd.
Other than that, good luck. Good luck
Yeah,
if you're
good.
trying to block him.
Good luck.
So, how would you compare him to Micah? Because Micah, obviously, everybody here is super excited because he has brought that star element to the defensive side of the ball, and he's made the rest of the defense better. He is a freak as well. But what do you see when you're watching Micah? How's his shin angle and all of the things that you're looking at?
Well, if you're looking at somebody who's probably the most similar to Myles Garrett in the NFL today, it's Micah Parsons, right? He's a guy that can play on both sides. He can play off the ball. He can play on the ball. He can put his hand in the dirt. He can play inside. And so he has that versatility that Myles has as well. And he does bend really, really well. I think if you look at maybe how do you differentiate the two guys, I think Micah's probably not as powerful as Myles Garrett is. And that's not saying he's not powerful, but Myles is in a class by himself. Micah typically is playing out of a 2-point stance a lot, and I think his shiftiness and his shake is probably similar to where Myles is, and so he can put his foot in the ground, like his outside foot in the ground as he's rushing, and as a tackle, I'm thinking he's going up the field, but the way he puts that foot in the ground, he can redirect so quickly, and then he uses his hands, and I think it's that relentless motor that gets him a lot of sacks as well, and his ability to use those long arms that he has to extend and wrap up quarterbacks when he's getting close, which is a lot of guys' problem. Like I watched Trey Hendrickson, and I think he was the NFL sack leader last year. He's a great player, but he misses so many sacks because he's right there, but he's not able to just finish that sack by reaching that arm out and bending and dipping and securing the quarterback and bringing him all the way to the ground. Whereas a guy like Micah, like he gets close to that quarterback and he brings him down like every single time. It's really fun to watch those guys, and it's even more fun when I don't have to block them.
It does make things a lot easier when you don't. Joe, last one for me. I know you got to get out and ranch and get that Wagyu and do all that.
That's right.
Badger football, give us just your quick synopsis of what you've seen so far and what we need. This is a huge, I think we all agree, it's a big boy weekend for Luke Fickell and his staff going against Maryland at home Saturday morning.
Yeah, obviously, so far the offense has not returned to the ground and pound where they can just run the ball at will, like was the signature for Wisconsin teams going back to even before Tausch was there. And I think that's what they really need to do to be able to get something sparked on offense. With losing their quarterback early in the season, it is not going to be a team on offense for the Badgers where they can just throw the ball and catch back up into games. They need to really focus on that run game. They need to dominate and use their size up front. I think looking at the season, everybody kind of expected them to be 2-1 right now. I think when you watch the games, they didn't look as good as we'd hoped as Badger fans because the offense is not really doing anything. Defense is playing fairly well. I think the defense is stepping in the right direction. They're playing physical. I think they're starting to understand the type of football that Luke Fickell wants them to play. But on the offensive side, really, it's got to be that run game that gets going. And this is such an important game to prove not only to themselves, but to Badger fans that we still should believe in this team, that they're really building themselves and growing into this new offense that they're trying to run. And that a beginning, when you switch offensive coordinators, it does become a little bit tough to get things going because offensive football has so many more things that are involved and so much more coordination that has to happen between the offensive line and how they're blocking and their aiming points and the running backs aiming points. And so we expect them to get better, but they have to prove it this weekend against a team that you feel like you should win. And so I think this is a really, really important game, because you go 2-2 and you're already losing a game that you feel like you should win and looking not so great in the 3 games that you played before this. And there's going to be even more questions than there already is. So this one is a huge game, even in my opinion, way bigger than Alabama, because I don't think there was a lot of people that were realistic that thought, yeah, we're going to go down to Alabama and beat them, right? But we wanted to look better than we did. But this week, it's you're on the chopping block. Let's go. It's time right now to prove it to us as fans and prove it to yourself that this is headed in the right direction, and we can smash mouth football up front and dominate with our offensive line and our run game.
So, Joe, because we're so young, and depending on what happens with Renfro at center, there could be 3 redshirt freshmen. How do you go about wanting to do what you're saying? And obviously Grimes has come in and I think has done a really good job of kind of reshaping what the offense is going to look like, but staying patient in an era where you can't be patient. Because, you look at me, or even you as a freshman, you grew and got a lot better, and all the guys that you played with that were young, you have to allow for that. But this college football landscape doesn't really allow. How do you kind of rectify that?
It's the situation we're in. It's great to say, like, oh, it'd be nice to have guys that sit around and practice and develop for 3-4 years and then go in and play and they're ready to go. But that's not the reality of college football anymore. And so it's a matter of going in there, and Badger offensive linemen from, going back to when Joe Panos was here and they won the Rose Bowl, like, you build that toughness in training camp, you build the technique, and you simplify the offense for these guys. And so you're having concepts that are easy for them to understand and allow them to just play big and physical and tough and smash mouth football. And you don't ask them to do a whole lot of things. Like, it's the same concepts with maybe more window dressing on offense, different shifts, different formations, but getting to a lot of the same concepts where you're pulling your guard, you're running some of those power plays, those inside zones, you're trying to get to a few outside zones, and you're just trying to be patient and impose your will on the defense, which sometimes it's not the most fun thing for an offensive lineman to just go in there and smash skulls for 60 plays a game, but that's our style, and that's what we've been successful in the past, and that's what we really need to focus on. And it's okay to be patient and trying to frustrate the defense and wear them down and then try to win the game in the fourth quarter, because you've got to just look yourself in the mirror and understand who you are and what your identity is going to be, and then you have to lean into it. And you know what? I don't care who's in there. The standard doesn't change, whether you're a freshman, a sophomore, or a junior. If you're wearing a W on your helmet, we're expecting these things from you. And so pushing those guys in the week of practice like they did during training camp and saying, hey, I don't really care how much experience you've had. This is our standard, and this is what we expect of you. I mean, Hubes was doing that to us when we were there. I mean, I played as a freshman. I know, Tausch, you didn't play till the end of your career, but Hubes didn't care. He was going to coach everybody the exact same way, and he was going to dictate and demand the same things out of everybody.
All right, Joe. So, and we're talking with Joe Thomas. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer, but what he really is a Hall of Fame beef rancher. Again, it's halloffamebeef.com. I just followed the Twitter account, so I'm on top of that now, and you can order straight from the website. Again, I can't recommend enough the beef sticks. I'm sure I'll be able to recommend the steaks once Joe comes and feeds them to me like a little birdie after he cooks them on my grill for me. The speakers have started at the Greater Bucky Open, so we're going to let Tausch and Jesse sit there for a few minutes so Jesse doesn't get put in that awkward position of giving scores and highlights while people are talking about heartfelt things, especially when you're talking about some of the stuff that's going to be discussed today. So, Joe, I just had a couple of quick ones to let you go. One, you and Tausch were just talking about, Badger football. And to me, and I know you've been involved heavily with the Badger collective and everything, that varsity and everything else. The one thing that I would say, more so than it being running back you or tight end you, is that it's always been offensive line you, right? Whether it was guys that were like Tausch, who played at the end of his career and became an 11-year NFL veteran, or a guy like you who came in as a stud recruit and left as a third overall pick. How do you make sure that when you're building a program in today's era that you are always getting that, hey, we grow great beef in the driftless region and we grow great offensive linemen in Wisconsin? Does that have to be a priority to make sure that that position is always well stocked like your Yeti cooler?
Absolutely, because the tradition at Wisconsin, if you ask anybody around the country, it's offensive linemen, even before running backs, because we've had some great running backs here, obviously, but really it was set up because the table was set by the great offensive lines that they had in front. And, being around the offensive coaches a little bit like I've been, they've got a couple great ones as offensive line coaches. Casey Robach, a guy that Tauscher knows very well. I think he's a tremendous coach. Obviously, he's got great experience in the NFL as a player and had a great career at Wisconsin. A.J. Blazek, another great player who played in the Big Ten and is a fantastic coach. And it does take time, unfortunately, to develop offensive linemen, but getting the right guys in there with the right mindset is so important. And to me, that was always what the difference was at Wisconsin, because we recruited guys that were probably similar talent-wise, or maybe even a little notch down from some of the top schools in the country. But identifying those traits that are not talent related were so important, I think, for bringing in guys to Wisconsin and then coaching them really hard, working them really hard in the weight room, getting the right weight on them, making sure that they're physically able to be strong and to be dominant in the fourth quarter. I think it was so important because they wanted guys that bought into the culture, that were willing to work, and they're willing to do the things that the other guys were not willing to do. And they were doing it with a team first approach. And I believe that the guys that we've got there as coaches in the offensive line room are the right guys for that job. And I think now seeing that an offense that is being run is similar, to be able to lean into that Wisconsin culture of offensive linemen with the tough, physical, hardworking team first guys, I think that it's definitely headed in the right direction. But I think all of us in Badger Nation now want to be able to see that on Saturdays. They want to see that the progress is being made and that you can have a game that you can hang your hat on and say, look, boom, right there. That's it. That's the Wisconsin offensive line that I'm used to seeing. They've got the right players in there. They've identified the guys that have the ability and the willingness to go in for 60 minutes on a Saturday and run power 40 times if you have to run right at the other team and be more physical, more dominant, and win that war of attrition up front. And being around some of those offensive linemen, there's some young guys, but I think they have that mindset of the offensive lines of the past for Badger football that became so great, because offensive line play is not about the talent. Really, a lot of times it's about your technique and your effort and your toughness and your willingness, like I said before, to do the little things that the other guy is not willing to do because it's too hard or too uncomfortable.
All right, last thing so we can get you back to the cows and everything else you've got going on. I like to think of myself as a very nice person who occasionally can zing people, whether it's Brian Bulaga with Bruce Irvin, or Iowa's frequent inability to score points, or it's you with your incredible decorated career. And I love you, but you never went to the playoffs. And I'm just wondering if, I know I do that to you all the time because I'm a jerk. I get it. But I have a purpose this time for once. By the way, we got a question. Is your Hall of Fame bust in the background? Do you have like a replica, or?
It's a replica, but it's a nice replica. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. He's got nice sunglasses on, of course. And he's got the dog bone chain. Yeah, that's right. So it's not the original. Obviously, that one's in Canton. But they give you a really nice plastic replica that looks just like it. And so I got Joe Cool behind me. But what I was pointing to was my glass case that's empty, and it's my NFL playoff participation trophy that is coming maybe someday. Didn't make that. But you're right. Sorry, cut you off. Go ahead.
Yes, and no, that was great, and we really wanted to see we really wanted to see your bust, and we got to see it. So, but my question is, being back in Wisconsin, and having gone through what you did with the Browns, and now the Packers playing the Browns this week, I guess you are uniquely qualified to just remind Packers fans once in a while how good they have it, right? Like, I can't imagine what it's like to be a Browns fan. I mean, now Baker Mayfield's down in Tampa slinging it like nobody's business. You guys, they've tried everything at quarterback. Now they've got 2 preschoolers and a guy that is 50 years old playing the position. They had, 8 quarterbacks during the course of training camp? Like, do you hold out hope that your franchise will someday get it right? And B, do they provide a cautionary tale to, hey, don't take for granted winning, because not everybody gets to do what the Packers do?
I think the great thing about sports in America and the passion that we have for football is there's this feeling inside of all of us as fans that we're never satisfied. No matter where you are as a fan base, you always want more. And I couldn't agree with you more that Packers fans are very spoiled, because they have had a lot of greatness and a lot of greatness at one position that's kind of important in football, and that's quarterback, going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers and now Jordan Love. And I think, yes, as fans, we always want more. We want Super Bowls. We feel like we deserve more. Like, I wasn't a Packer fan when Aaron Rodgers was there, but you felt like they should have won more Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. You had the greatest quarterback in the game, maybe one of the most talented of all times, and you won 1 Super Bowl. And so you feel like there was more there. There was more meat left on the Hall of Fame beef rib bone. But
what a pro.
There you go. It's a good plug right there. True pro. Big P pro. But I think maybe not on Sundays you want to appreciate how great you've had it, but at some point during the week you want to maybe take a step back and say, hey, at least we're not the Cleveland Browns, because they haven't even played in a Super Bowl. They wish they had a Jordan Love anytime in the last 30 years, even though I know there's some Packer fans that are still wondering, hey, is this guy going to be as good as Aaron Rodgers? You know, we're excited about where he is and stuff, but it's fun having those conversations about how deep the Packers are going to go in the playoffs versus saying, hey, maybe we can get a good quarterback in the draft next year because we're already out of the playoffs and it's November.
Joe, we love it when you make time for us. It is absolutely a blessing, and we had a great time talking beef and football. Let me know if you want me to pick up your Yeti cooler. I'll be at Lambeau later today, so I can grab it for you. But thanks so much for your time, and we wish you the best, buddy. Thank you.
Guys, thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure. You always brighten my day by reminding me how bad the Browns have been forever, including my 1-31 last 2 years there and no playoff appearances. But it's truly a joy. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Thanks for the autograph book.
Proud to be here, guys. And you're welcome, Tausch, for that autograph book that you gave to Jesse.
Yeah, I gave.
He is the great Joe Thomas. Jesse, have we finished our emotional portion of the Greater Bucky Open?
We did. The carts are leaving. They are ready to get out there and go play. So we are good to go the rest of the way here.
We will talk a little bit about what we heard from Joe, and we will finish off the 9 o'clock hour, even though it's 10:14. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com. You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Stay the course. Wisconsin football looking to rebound after the lopsided loss at Alabama. As Bucky approaches Big Ten play, Barry Alvarez offering advice to Luke Fickell and co. to avoid the noise. More from Coach during the latest episode of The Barry Alvarez Show.
They can say whatever they want. It's about the coach and the kids. When you lose, you're going to get criticized. That's just human nature. Listen, whether it be the Packers or anybody, any place across the country. And we have a very avid fan base here. They care, and I appreciate that.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Grassland Dairy. Well, before 11 a.m. kickoffs on Saturdays, noon kickoffs on Sundays, or kicking off your workday every morning, Monday through Friday, complete your breakfast spread with the pure and delicious taste of Grassland butter. Grassland has been serving up delicious taste and high-quality butter from farm to table since 1904. That's over 5 generations. So what's the key to having so much success for so long? Well, it's all about the hardworking dairy farmers right here in Wisconsin that help produce the highest quality ingredients that give Grassland its pure and delicious flavor. Thank you, farmers, and thank you, Wisconsin, from Grassland Dairy. Butter better with better butter. Make your breakfast complete with Grassland Dairy, crafting butter for 5 generations. Learn more and find delicious new recipes at grasslandbutter.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best local sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. We're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Former basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal is DJ Diesel, and he's coming to the Sylvia on Friday, September 19th. Catch Shaq and his Base All-Stars live. Tickets on sale now at Sylvie.com. Don't miss your chance to see Shaq, DJ Diesel live in Madison on September 19th.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
'Cause I'm a hazard to myself. Don't let me get me. No, I'm my own worst enemy. It's bad when you know yourself. So irritating. No, don't wanna be my friend no more. I wanna be somebody else. Yeah. Don't let me get me.
Tausch, so we can get to the 10 o'clock hour, tell us a little bit about what Hard Rock Casino Rockford has going on.
Well, we all know the great things about Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Features over 175,000 square feet of gaming. They have entertainment space. They got live table games. They got the sports book that I think Jesse and I have absolutely
Cleaning up.
Winning.
I think we're going to be in a really great spot with all the things 9.5 and all that stuff. They got the great entertainment space, and now your seat at the table just got better at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Rockford's high-limit room where the odds are in your favor with enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on a soft 17. You're going to enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that will set Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart from your other places. So head on down again, about an hour from the greater Madison area, to Rockford, Illinois for the Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Got a lot to get to on a leading into Sunday's game at Cleveland edition of Wilde and Tausch, so we'll kick off the 10 o'clock hour in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason.
From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Esting Live Everlight Solar Studio. This is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
What is up, Madison? I'm Hunter Vaughn. Your Sports Center update is brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Milwaukee Brewers got their brooms out at AmFam Field last night as they took down the LA Angels 5-2. Quinn Priester was fantastic, recording 10 strikeouts, including 6 consecutive strikeouts to open up the first 2 innings of the night.
1-2 pitch. And a called third strike right down the middle with a sinker. 6 batters, 6 strikeouts. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn.
Milwaukee now has a 6-game lead in the NL Central on the Chicago Cubs, and their magic number to win the division is down to 4 games. The Brewers also have a 3-game lead over the Philadelphia Phillies for the number 1 seed in the National League. Hour 2 of Wilde and Tausch starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Jesse and Tausch
New
live.
Record. New record.
From the Greater
Bulaga.
Bucky Open.
Bulaga, no way. Joe Thomas, new record.
Joe Thomas just put Bulaga in his place.
Yeah.
In fairness to both Joe and Brian, and quite frankly, the person who gets blamed most for the time management issues we have in the program, I thought having Joe and having him span the emotional discussion at the Greater Bucky Open. Obviously, I was friends with Howard Moore when we were college students together, so his family speaking. I'm glad we were able to avoid the uncomfortable situations we've had in the past where we are trying to do a radio program when really important stuff is being discussed. So I was perfectly happy to blow up the clock, to both get great information and allow that kind of heavy conversation to occur. So it worked out well for us, and now we got to play some catch-up the rest of the way, but we'll figure it out. Jesse, my starting question for you is, it's time for the weekend preview. Are you there just having girls dance in front of the camera, or are you actually going to do the weekend preview yourself?
Oh, I got the weekend preview, Jason. We're ready to roll here. And I was not here to have people dance. I can safely say that. I did not see
you
that
got DJ Diesel coming to town today. Everybody wants to dance a little bit.
It's a dancing kind
That
of
was
day.
something. No doubt about that. Time now for the weekend preview.
5 games on the football weekend docket, guys. Which one are you most interested in watching? Which one are you going to go watch some high school golf during? College football on Saturday. 21st ranked Michigan at Nebraska, 2:30 on CBS. 9th ranked Illinois at number 19 Indiana. Big Ten Saturday night, 6:30 on NBC. Yeah.
Okay.
NFL slate, kind of a weak one, honestly, in week 3
No,
here.
it's not.
Battle of the Backups, Bengals, Vikings, simultaneous to Packers, Browns, noon Sunday on CBS. America's Game of the Week with big game Burkhart and Brady. Cowboys, Bears. 3:25 Sunday
I think
afternoon.
that's going to be a really fun game. That's
Yeah?
going to be really fun. And then you got Broncos, Chargers. Like, the NFL is too good to not have. There's always going to be a good matchup.
Well, Broncos, Chargers is the 3:05 game. Chiefs, Giants, your Sunday night football game. The NFL is always going to have a good game.
Well, they don't flex that. I don't know why the Chargers, Broncos. I think there's a good chance one of those two teams is going to dethrone the Chiefs, and that game is going to be big. I am higher on the Broncos than maybe other people are, but that'll be a really good game. I wish that was on a bigger window because I'm sure we won't even get it here in Wisconsin.
It is on in the Green Bay and like the northern markets. I was looking at that coverage map that they have.
Sure.
So it's on up there, but in Milwaukee and Madison, we're getting the Vikings.
So
Bengals
this will
game.
be surprising to you. The game that I'm most interested in there is Illinois, Indiana. Both teams still on Wisconsin's schedule.
Mhm.
Brett Bielema, Illinois has done a fantastic job. They are a top 10 football program now, and I think a lot of Badger fans look at envy with what Brett and the Illinois Fighting Illini have done. So that's going to be a big test for them. A great weekend of Big Ten football. Going to kind of start seeing which direction these teams are going to go because everybody just assumed Indiana is going to be really good again. We don't know that. We'll find out a lot about a lot from those two games, and I'm picking Illinois, Indiana as the games as the game of the weekend for me that I'm most interested in.
We're going to find out a lot about a lot. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm out on the Saturday games. I will not be watching high school golf. I'll be watching high school cross country and then high school volleyball. So I appreciate having those options on Saturday. And then on Sunday, look, the Packers play the Cowboys next week. I want to see if the Bears are going to be 0-3. That is the game after Packers-Browns. I'm intrigued by both those teams because I don't think either one of them are very good, and they are part of the Packers' schedule.
My cover 5 got the Bears winning that one.
Yeah,
you do?
Okay.
Bold
I do.
strategy, Cotton.
I don't know. Dallas's defense stinks.
Oh, and the Bears' defense is so much better.
Touche.
At least I trust Dak to
I
be
forgot
able to...
Hunter. I forgot Hunter's.
Cowboys fan Hunter's.
Yeah, but it's
producing,
in Chicago, right? It's not.
It is.
Dallas.
It is.
Yeah, it's in Chicago, but compared to the two quarterbacks, which one do you think can actually
I'd
run a
want Dak.
competent
Yeah,
offense
I'd want
on time?
Dak all day. Dak
Yeah,
all day.
exactly.
Maybe I need
It's
to
going to be
revisit
50 to 40, but the Cowboys will win.
Okay.
Hunter, this seems like a good opportunity briefly before Tausch tells us about Coors Light to ask you how you're holding up. And are you feeling good that your favorite team replaced Micah Parsons with Jadeveon Clowney, who I believe has now played for 16 NFL teams and maybe a couple in the Canadian and UFL leagues as well?
You know, I'm really proud of the front office for identifying a weakness with this team. They said, hey, you know what? The pass rush really isn't coming through right now. We got to go fill that hole. So Jerry Jones really being a good GM, and I'm really happy about it. We've got plenty of draft capital coming up. You know, it's good. It's good. Everything is fine. I'm not concerned at all. Everything's fine.
Hunter is the little dog in the burning kitchen, and he's got his little Cowboys jersey on. Tausch, you know what puts out the fire and puts out your thirst? It's this cool, cold Coors Light.
Indeed, Coors Light is brewed with that 3-step cold process: cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it is made to chill. And if your team stinks, Coors Light will help you chill out. If your team is awesome, enjoy and celebrate with Coors Light. Make sure those mountains are cold activated or blue, so the cold activated bottles and cans are chilled to perfection. Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate sponsored by Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Oh, the green and gold game preview is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and heading into another big Saturday with a home game in Madison. I'm feeling good on this Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. I can tell you this, we were feeling good when my family worked with the pro painters from Holman Lindsay for our home's paint project. Holman Lindsay's pro painters were incredible. They did the job so much better than we could have and made the whole process easy on all of us. All you have to do to get connected is stop into any of Holman Lindsay's Madison area locations, ask, and they'll help get you set up with the pro painters that are perfect for what you need. And whether it's the cardinal and white we'll be seeing all around downtown Madison this weekend or any other color that would best fit your home, remember, Wisconsin's best painters use Wisconsin's best paint, and Wisconsin's best painters are the pro painters at Holman Lindsay Paints. Holman Lindsay, great paint, great people, and stay tuned for Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints.
Grassland butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
It's kickoff time at Metro Ford of Madison, and we're bringing the heat with unbeatable truck deals. Get the 2025 F-150 Lightning with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per $1,000 borrowed, or tackle any job with the 2024 F-150 or F-150 XLT, now at 2.9 APR for 66 months, $16.41 per $1,000 borrowed. These offers end September 30th, so don't fumble your chance to save. Visit MetroFordofMadison.com and score your next truck today.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Jesse and Tausch roll on from the Greater Bucky Open. Time now for our green and gold game preview.
Let's take a closer look at this week's matchup. This is the green and gold game preview.
All right, fellas. Week 3, first road contest of the year for the Green Bay Packers visiting the Cleveland Browns for the first time since I was there for Deshaun Kaiser versus Brett Hundley in December of 2017.
Who had the great punt return in that game?
Oh, boy.
Big punt return at the end of that game.
Yeah.
Who was that, Jason?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
All right.
What's the big storyline heading into this weekend's game, Tausch?
Well, I mean, I think with Tucker Kraft's news, that's big. But to me, it is, can this Packers defense continue to dominate a team that they should dominate? And we're at that point now where I think we're getting to the point where we're so confident that this defense is dominant. You got to prove it against a really, at best, average offensive football team. These are the games that you put your stamp on being a dominant defense, and if that is the case, I think Green Bay wins relatively easily.
Yeah, I'm going with the low-hanging fruit, and Tausch said it earlier in the week. He loves that term, strack. Don't let Myles Garrett strack your quarterback and have them return it for a touchdown, and then they get they get one cheap touchdown somewhere else. Maybe they get a return touchdown against the not-so-good special teams, and suddenly now you're in a dogfight with a not very good team at the dog pound. So, to me, the big storyline is how do you make sure that your field-tilting, game-wrecking edge rusher, Micah Parsons, has more of an impact than their field-tilting, game-wrecking edge rusher Myles Garrett does. Next.
Besides Jordan Love and Micah Parsons, which player will most impact the success of the Green Bay Packers on Sunday afternoon, Tausch?
Good question. Devontae Wyatt. You didn't take him off the list, did you?
No, Devontae Wyatt.
Yeah, I think he's kind of you've heard everybody talking Rashawn Gary and Van Ness and Micah Parsons, and then raving about Xavier McKinney. I saw Halfley. And that's all great and very deserved. Mm-hmm. But Devontae Wyatt's been a pest. He's been very active in a I know they picked up the 5th-year option, correct, Jason?
Correct. Yes, sir.
I think he needs to be disruptive because you're not going to be in a better scenario than where he's at. You have Rashawn Gary, who's a very good pass rusher, and obviously all the attention's to Micah. You're not going to get all the attention. You're going to have one-on-ones. You're going to have opportunities to win, and he's done that very well so far. I believe, I was thinking about Steinhoffling him, but I think he's almost getting to that point where if he continues on the path that he's at, he'll probably be on that list that we can't take. I think Devontae Wyatt will be critical getting in Joe Flacco's face. You got to move him off his spot. That's a good way to do it. I think Devontae Wyatt.
He is not ineligible, and you allowed someone else to win last week, so you might want to consider taking him in our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week. I'm going to say Josh Jacobs. The Browns' defense has allowed 91 rushing yards total in 2 games. Josh Jacobs has 150 yards on 42 carries. It has been tough sledding for him in the first 2 games against a lot of stacked boxes. So this is another challenge for him, and it'll be interesting to see how effectively this offensive line can create some holes, especially if they're doing it once again without Zach Tom, and if Anthony Belton can be a factor there. So to me, Josh Jacobs is my non-Parsons love player as my pick. Jesse, what's next?
So, Jason, I was going to ask, Jaden Reed being out, Joe Thomas gave us basically the key to the game in saying they got 2 outside great corners. Who's going to be that slot guy? Matt LaFleur sees what Joe Thomas is talking about. Who are they going to put in there, and who are they going to go work that 3rd corner? Who's that guy?
If that is the game plan, and if Matt LaFleur does listen to Joe Thomas and listens to Wilde and Tausch, at least in the podcast form or on YouTube later, I think it's got to be Matthew Golden. I think that's who I'd line up there and get some mismatches.
Hey, we like that. Huh?
You like that?
We like that a lot. Absolutely.
Jesse?
The Packers improved to 3-0, beating the Cleveland Browns if blank. They're 8-point favorites. Tausch?
Handle their business. You could use all the cliches you want, but and I know we can't use turnovers because that is such an indicator to what it is, but I look at this game and I think if you don't turn the football over and you don't give them short fields and you win. So my answer will be win the special teams battle, because if you win that battle with field position, you make a big play, and you don't allow them to get anything, this is one of those games where they might Jason Eck this thing up a little bit. They're going to try and do gimmicks. They know, they watch film. They realize we are not going 80 yards consistently. We need to do reverses on we need to do trick plays. We need to get some of these stuff on special teams. This needs to be a Packers special teams victory this week. If the Packers special teams wins its battle, they're winning this game. Packers special teams is going to be the big swinger on this, and if they win it, the Packers win going away.
It's if all the players on the Packers defense make the flight. If they all manage to miss the flight to Cleveland and then they have to bus and they get to the stadium late, then maybe the Packers don't win this game. But look, this could be the best defense in the league. It's only 2 games in, and they still have a lot more to prove. I don't think there is a trace of complacency in that group. I know Rob Domofsky told you guys yesterday this is a good team, and they know they're a good team. Well, this is a great defense in their opinion, and they firmly believe they're a great defense. And now they're aiming for more than just, hey, good performances every week because we're one of the top defenses. They want to be the best defense in the league. They have the swagger for it. This is an opportunity against a team that they should manhandle defensively. This is their opportunity to do it. So that is how they go to 3-0.
I know it's early. Do you think that group, Mike and everybody else, is going to start thinking of themselves as a Ravens, Buccaneers, Bears? Is that the goal that they want to have?
I do believe that, yes. And I also believe what you said, even though they are certainly respectful and appreciative of their quarterback, I think they love the idea of their identity being, we've got a kick-ass defense. I think they love the idea of that in a place where they have not had that. I know Micah Parsons has only been here 3 weeks, but the Packers, as you pointed out weeks ago now, I think it was after the Detroit game already, you don't think of many Packers teams being defense-led, and I think they relish the opportunity to be the ones who set the tone for this team.
No crowd about it.
I'm told on TikTok they're calling it the cold front.
What is?
The Packers defense.
Hunter Vaughn told you that's what's happening on TikTok.
You did tell me that.
He's still accurate, Hunter. I mean, he was told by you.
Yeah, but he tried to take more credit than he deserved here.
Do we like the cold front?
It's not even cold yet.
No, we don't like it. Keep workshopping it.
All right.
But we also don't like it when you've been injured in an accident. But nevertheless, that happens from time to time, and you need to make sure that you're taken care of and that you've got the right team on your side. And that team, of course, is Grubel Offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. David and his team are the best in the business. So go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more. Our prize picks for the weekend are next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
What was that?
It was just me or, oh, I got such a bargain. Poorly constructed sofa falling apart.
I just bought you.
Yeah, well, I did just turn 3, you know. I mean, at 67 in sofa years. I am so ready to retire and move to Miami.
I knew I should have listened to my mother and bought that other sofa from Steinhoffel's. It was so strong and comfy.
Tired of furniture that doesn't hold up to its end of the bargain? Steinhoffel's has quality furniture for every style and budget. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, it's football season, and for teams at every level across the state, but especially our favorite team up in Green Bay, it will be as important as ever to rely on players and schemes that are consistently dependable and successful. Consistently dependable and successful. Hey, that's also how I describe the service team over at Zimbrick Chevrolet. From routine maintenance to emergency issues, the service team at Zimbrick Chevy gets the job done right and works with you every step of the way. You can take my word for it. Zimbrick Chevrolet is truly the name you can trust. View their inventory, schedule a service appointment, and learn more about all they have to offer at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, it's a huge showdown in the hunt for October. The Seattle Mariners and Houston Astros are locked up in a fight for the American League West crown, and every game is critical.
Sunday on 100.5 ESPN.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your suite of metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Packers fans, your next quick trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruising into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, or blazing the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or grilling like an MVP with your new Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle. Whoa, every dollar you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards earns you a point in the Packers fan zone. So come in and get winning. No purchase necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. We're on the Badgers.
The players respond to the coaches.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
The coaches are moping around, the players will mope around. If the coaches are bouncing around and they're energetic, players will do the same thing.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Jesse and Tausch roll on from the Greater Bucky Open. Time now for our prize picks of the week.
A chance to win some real money, courtesy of Prize Picks. These are the real projections over on the Prize Picks app. More or less is the name of the game. Romeo Dobbs, listed right now.
We do him every week.
We have been, but he's been a good option for us lately.
Has he been winning?
Last week he did not. The first week he did by a lot, yes.
So then is he a good option if he's won us once and he didn't win us the other?
I feel good about this projection knowing where the Packers receiving
Jordan
situation
Love
is
last
at.
week cost me. I put a little 6-piece out, and I went less on Jay Love because we all agreed.
Yeah.
And that old rascal, he was on it last week.
Dobbs more or less than 39.5 receiving yards on Sunday. That doesn't seem very high.
Well, we just heard Joe talk about the great cover corners and the fact that we do think the ball is going to come out quicker. I don't think I think Matt LaFleur recognizes that Cleveland's way to win this game is by holding the football and having bad things happen with stracks or with interceptions or sacks. So I'm going to go less.
Ooh.
Yep.
Without Jaden Reed?
Yep.
Possibly without Tucker Kraft?
Yep.
Against a good run defense?
Between what Joe said and what you said, sounds like it's a Matthew Golden week.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm assuming you're going to get Matthew Golden's numbers, and that's when I'll go more.
And you'll take him as your Steinhoffel sleeper of the week as well.
You could take that to the bank.
First round pick.
Jason, 39.5.
I'm going to go more. I'm going to disagree with Old T on this one. I think 39.5. I know what you're thinking here. You're thinking what I'm thinking, and that is somebody's got to catch passes, and 40 yards ain't that much for him to get.
That is what I was thinking.
That is what somebody was thinking.
But now I'm being swayed otherwise here. Matthew Golden not listed on Prize Picks right now.
It's too dicey for PP to do. We don't know.
Yeah.
PP.
How about Josh Jacobs, who has scored a rushing touchdown in 12 straight games? Jason, is that correct?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's 11.
It's either 11 going on 12 or 12 going on 13. Either way, almost around a dozen straight games with a touchdown.
Remember when we used to do that with Roger's age all the time with Tausch? He's 36 going on 38.
11 going on 13 consecutive games with a touchdown for Josh Jacobs. More or less than 0.5 rushing or receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll go
Josh
more.
Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is a touchdown maker. We don't have a vulture on this team. We don't have a quarterback that we like pushing. So Josh Jacobs is the guy, and he'll find his way in the end zone one way or the other.
I'm with Tausch on this one. I will definitely take more.
All right. How about the other side? Joe Flacco, more or less than 229.5 passing yards.
No, I feel really good about less on that. Mm-hmm. The only thing is
garbage time.
It could be that they're scrambling, and
they did put Dylan Gabriel in garbage time last week.
He throws a good deep ball, Joey Flacco. And we have not seen this defense have to defend. Detroit, dinky dunky dunkarooski. Washington, dinky dunky dunkarooski. Like, this defense has turned teams into dinky dunkers. And I don't know.
Dinky donuts.
That's where I'm a little bit like, the number seems too high.
It does.
What do they know?
High.
Like
there's always garbage time, like we are.
Yeah.
I think they're thinking big play. I think they're thinking big play over the top.
No,
at a dinky dunker. That's what I think. That's the only way they get to that number is if they have two big boy plays, and I don't think they're going to end up with, a ton of long, efficient drives. I think it's going to be dinky dunky and then big shot over the top guy, and we'll see what comes.
Saying dinky dunky.
I think you should say it more.
Packers opponents run on dinky dunkers.
Have you guys watched the first two games?
Yes, have.
Everything they should get. They used to be a partner of ours. They should be getting partners.
Dinky donuts were.
Yeah.
Everything that teams have done has been dinky dunky. Their running back catches. I'd go more because that's what they do. That's what this defense is forcing people to do.
Good. All right. I think there's going to be garbage time yardage. I think I think I'm tempted to, even though that number seems high, to go more. So you can't play that one either. All right, Jesse, I want you, before we get to trivia next, I want you to do the Jordan Love one because I've never seen this one from Prize Picks.
Neither have I. This is, I think, a new category. I love this one. Jordan Love, more or less than 6.5 completions in his first 10 pass attempts.
So he's got to go 7 out of 10.
Got to go 7 out of 10.
70%. What is he at right now?
66.
670?
6-7, yeah.
Boy, that is right on it, huh? I'm going to go less.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
He started hot the first
No
2 games.
Tucker, more than likely, if Tucker doesn't play.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some pressure early. It'll be, he's going to have to get rid of the football, maybe throw one away. Yeah, I'm going to go less.
Yeah. This is very creative. If I were Johnny Prize Picks, I would still probably steer clear of it, however. Matt LaFleur is at the podium before Tausch tells us about Prize Picks per Weston Hodkowitz. He was practicing and got hurt. I don't think it's long term. That's a positive, but he will not be out there today. LaFleur doesn't believe IR will be necessary, but uncertain about Kraft's status for Sunday.
Jeez.
Well, no, that's the fact that there's not going to be IR.
He's not. He's
not playing.
Uncertain. He's certain. He's
What
certain he's not playing.
What word did you want him to use there?
We're thankful that Tucker's not going to be out for a long time, but realistically, he's such an important piece of our offense. We're not going to rush him back. We've got plenty of guys to pick up the slack this week. He's not going to play.
I'd prefer him saying it's going to be a long road to get to Sunday. That tells you he's not playing. And that's being truthful.
It's not a long road.
No, it could be, though.
It's not a long road, though, to play Prize Picks because, as I've learned from Marshawn Lynch and some other guy, it's right in your pocket on your phone.
It is. And you know what? We make decisions every day. And on Prize Picks, being right will get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right. And Prize Picks is simple to play. More or less, on 2 to 6 player stat projections, you get it right, cash in. Prize Picks puts their users first. All of the withdrawals, fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick, easy deposits. Old T with a big win last night. Jesse, big win for Old T. Went
well done.
Tagovailoa with a touchdown. He had, a 0.5 touchdown, which was a nothing burger. They had a nice one for Josh Allen, but Old T had a nice win last night. I'm going to dabble. I got to see Mahomes, 0.5 yards. They threw a freebie at us again. It's all fun. Download the app today. Use code WI. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. They're throwing you Mahomes. They're throwing it to you. And then you can look along. I think that Cowboys-Bears game, CeeDee Lamb, there's going to be, I think, a lot of yards. So there's a lot of great opportunities for you on Prize Picks to be right. And you know what they say on Prize Picks? It is good to be right.
All right, we need to play some trivia. Jesse, what's today's category, and what caller do you want to stick Hunter with?
Packers playing the Browns. Cleveland rocks is this day's Wilde and Tausch trivia category. Questions about the great city of Cleveland, since the Packers only go there once every 8 years. Caller.
Ain't that hard.
12.
Didn't
Caller
you just say
12.
8 years?
I should have done 8.
I thought you were going to go 8.
Should have done 8. Do 8. Do 8. Change your mind. Caller 8.
Do 8. Do 8. Caller 8 right now. 844. 844-770-37.
Hunter, I left behind a complete mess. The entire computer system's down. Let's go caller 68 today. I'm going to be nice.
Caller 8 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 8 for Wilde and Tausch trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com. You, rah, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Test dress any mattress at Steinhoffels this September. Get a $20 restaurant gift card, and they'll donate $20 to Special Spaces Wisconsin. Wisconsin football looking to rebound after the lopsided loss at Alabama. As Bucky approaches Big Ten play, Barry Alvarez offering advice to Luke Fickell and co. to avoid the noise. More from Coach during the latest episode of The Barry Alvarez Show.
They can say whatever they want. It's about the coach and the kids. When you lose, you're going to get criticized. That's just human nature. Listen, whether it be the Packers or anybody, any place across the country. And we have a very avid fan base here. They care, and I appreciate that.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
Mark Tausch here for Pizza Hut, and you know how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid, participating in their legendary Book It program. Man, I loved getting those personal pizzas, and Pizza Hut's latest offer has me feeling a blast from the past. Introducing Pizza Hut's $5 crafted flats pizzas. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes, 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, chicken bacon ranch and Nashville hot chicken. Each of these crafted flats pizzas, just $5. All day, every day, making them perfect options for lunch, dinner, or game day. Order your $5 crafted flats pizza at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. $5 crafted flats pizzas, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, it's Isaac Miller, junior defensive end in high school. 14 Division I offers. Yep, 1-4. Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, Miami, you name it. Everyone's asking, where's Isaac going? Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be big, it's going to be loud, and it's going to be legendary. But first, I'm hitting the weight room in my Iron Jock gear. Because no matter what logo I wear next, Iron Jock is how I get there. Stay tuned and go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
It's kickoff time at Metro Ford Madison, and we're bringing the heat with unbeatable truck deals. Get the 2025 F-150 Lightning with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per $1,000 borrowed, or tackle any job with the 2024 F-150 or F-150 XLT, now at 2.9 APR for 66 months, $16.41 per $1,000 borrowed. These offers end September 30th, so don't fumble your chance to save. Visit MetroFordofMadison.com and score your next truck today.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
I took a page out of your favorite book. You sold me lies just by the way you look. Taught me a language that I'll never speak. Baby, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I dug my grave watching the way you move. You took me higher than
Matt LaFleur, just a quick addition from Rob Domofsky's tweet. They're going to give him up until game time on Sunday. More often than not, that player does not play. Quote, he has to feel comfortable and be cleared. Again, when they're saying IR is not likely, I also want to say that playing on Sunday is not likely. So take that for what it's worth. Time now to play. I don't know, this is not likely. This is definitely happening. Trivia.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
It is time for trivia presented by Cousin Subs. You guys, take this segment off. Go see if you can track down some snacks. I know there was some food there. You guys go enjoy this. We'll get this done.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Tex in a work truck. Tex, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Packers to the bowl, bro.
Nicely done, Jay Bird. All right. Question number 1 in the category Cleveland Rocks is this. While Philadelphia, Memphis, and Detroit were among other cities considered finalists, Cleveland was ultimately chosen as the permanent location in 1986 to be the home of which international attraction? Was it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, World War I Museum, or the Horizon League Men's Basketball Tournament?
That would be answer A, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Indeed. So since you guys stuck around, does that mean Tausch is reading question 2?
No, I'm just
Okay.
I'm just sitting here.
We're just not leaving.
I was confused, like why you all of a sudden decided
kicking us
Well,
out.
we got the
throw
top
us
of the
out.
hour coming.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought
I'm
maybe
good.
you wanted to get
But now
some
you ended up
food.
slowing us down. No, go ahead, let it rip.
Great.
It's all right,
Question
Todd.
2.
You can read one.
Now
And
I don't
he's-
even have the
he's good.
sheet. Yeah, I don't have the
That's
sheet
what-
with me today.
This is exactly what I figured. Yeah.
Gotta be
Okay.
prepared. Gotta be prepared.
I'm cheering him on.
I appreciate you sticking around to cheer
Let's go,
Tex in a work
Tex.
truck.
Let's
Come
go,
on, Tex.
Question
Thanks,
2. Located less than an hour from Cleveland on the banks of Lake Erie, what is the name of the attraction considered to be the second oldest operating amusement park in the United States? Is it Kings Island, Cedar Point, or Valley Fair?
This is going to be a shot in the dark. Can I hear the answers one more time, please?
Of course you may. Is it Kings Island, Cedar Point, or Valley Fair?
I like Cedar Point for some reason. Let's go with B.
He's
Final.
right. You'll be right on
Good
that.
answer, Tex.
Hey.
Yeah.
2 for 2. All right, here it comes.
all you,
Question
Cal.
3.
Well done.
Question 3. A house along West 11th Street in Cleveland became famous for being the setting of
don't even-
which...
He's got
Come
it.
on
He knows
now.
it. He knows it. He's got it. Don't even need the answers.
Ralphie.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
Scott Farkas.
Go with a Toy Story. Christmas
Scott
Story.
Farkas.
Christmas Story.
Scott
Heard it
Farkas.
both ways.
Oh, fudge. You nailed it. Well done. Tex, you're 3 for 3. That means you got 4 entries into the drawing that we may or may not do today, depending on if Hunter can handle that, along with the other train wrecks that he's been left with, thanks to Jesse Nelson going to the Greater Bucky Open.
Jesse's doing it Monday. Jesse's doing it Monday.
There you have it.
What?
Oh,
Well, there you
Hunter,
go.
I believe in you, Hunter. You can do this.
You can
Yeah,
do it.
Hunter, you got it.
Hunter, yeah.
Tex, thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
Hey, good talking to you guys. Love you.
All right, that is Wilde and Tausch Trivia. We are making up ground from our lengthy chat with Joe Thomas. The 11
Chipping
o'clock
away.
hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Thinking about going electric? Now is the perfect time at Zimbrick Chevrolet. When you purchase a qualifying new EV vehicle, you could get up to $7,500 for eligible buyers from a federal clean vehicle tax credit. Don't wait, act now, because this tax credit is only available until September 30th. And once you buy your EV, Zimbrick Chevy will take care of you with their certified EV service and top off your charge. Never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
What is up, Madison? I'm Hunter Vaughn. Your Sports Center update is brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus in Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. The Milwaukee Brewers got their brooms out at AmFam Field last night as they took down the LA Angels 5-2. Quinn Priester was fantastic with 10 Ks on the night, including striking out the first 6 batters for the Angels.
1-2 pitch. And a called third strike right down the middle with a sinker. 6 batters, 6 strikeouts. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn.
Milwaukee now has a 6-game lead on the Chicago Cubs for first in the NL Central, and their magic number is down to 4 games for the division crown. Milwaukee's also moved to 3 games up on the Philadelphia Phillies for the number 1 seed in the National League. Hour 3 of Wilde and Tausch starts now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. What's the update from the Greater Bucky Open? Everybody's out on the course. You're not seeing
Very
anybody?
quiet, yeah. No, Bucky.
They're all golfing.
Bucky is here, and he's left. I don't know if this is the same Bucky that gave me a concussion, but I haven't seen Bucky.
I think he filed a restraining order on Bucky because he hasn't come anywhere near the broadcast booth here at TPC Wisconsin.
Well, we will. We'll get to our Steinhoffel sleepers of the week momentarily, but the news out of Matt LaFleur's press conference again is that Tucker Kraft will not go on IR, and they're going to give him up until Sunday to be ready to play in the game. So I think that makes him eligible to be a sleeper. You could really risk it and pick him, and then if he doesn't play, then obviously you lose.
Well,
but
at least he ain't gonna get cut.
Well,
that's probably
that was a preseason one.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just saying like that. I don't think that's not gonna happen.
That is the standard by which all sleepers are
anything.
measured.
I mean that. I applaud you for being bold. Like that is to go bold. To go bold is. I mean, you can combine the bold-a-thon with that. Picking a guy that's not on the roster to win is that is as bold as it gets.
All right, well, now it's time for our Steinhoffel sleepers of the week.
Don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
Hey there, sleepyhead. Wakey, wakey. Okay, campers, rise and shine. It's time for the Steinhoffel sleepers of the week on Wilde and Tausch.
It is the Steinhoffel sleepers of the week presented by Steinhoffels. Tausch, as our reigning champion, you go first.
All right, so things have changed. I was thinking Devontae Wyatt. I was thinking Matthew Golden. I was all these thinking, and it's right there in front of me. And you just made that announcement. This is as easy as pie. Musgrave. He's going to get a bunch of more reps. He's going to get a bunch of opportunities. I think you're going to end up seeing him kind of slide out. He's going to nudge. He's going to catch some. I think he's going to have a big play. And the expectation, as we all know, in this Steinhaffel's game, it's all about the expectation. Can you overdo what the expected numbers would be? Nobody really knows where Musgrave's at right now. I think he's going to pop. He has a nice game, and that's going to be enough for the 565 crew to give Old T the point for this week. I'm going with Musgrave.
Wow. Okay, well, I appreciate you taking him because I'm going to take a guy who's got 2 catches on the season. He's only been targeted 4 times. He is the first-round pick, but he has not been ruled out of eligibility at this point, so I'm going to take Matthew Golden as my Steinhaffel sleeper of the week this week. See what he can put up statistically against the Browns defense, and if he lines up in the slot, based on the Joe Thomas scouting report, there should be some opportunity for him. Jesse?
Well, Tausch is going Musgrave. You're going Golden. I'm going to go, and I'm the only one who hasn't won one of these so far yet this season, so I'm hoping to get off the board here. They've ran this jet sweep a couple of times with Savion Williams. And I wonder if there's going to be extra attention on the receivers you mentioned, and maybe they know about Golden and they don't know as much about Savion Williams. So he's been involved on the opening drive in the first 2 games. I think maybe get him involved quick, and let's lock this thing up on the first drive for the offense. Savion Williams is my Steinhaffel sleeper.
All right, bold. I like it.
It is bold.
We will see. All right, so we all have would-be pass catchers as our Steinhaffel sleepers of the week. We'll see how that plays out, but hey, you know it's always going to play out for a great deal for you at Steinhaffel's, and right now, this weekend only, it's the Buy More, Save More sale. Start with 10% off store-wide, plus take an extra $150 off every $1,499 that you spend. So, for example, if you spend $2,998, you will save an additional $300. So you spend even more, and your savings get even bigger. And to top it all off, Steinhaffel's makes it easier to pay with their 18-month special financing. We're using it right now on our furniture that we got on our new sofa and the big circular seat that the girls love so much. So don't miss it. Steinhaffel's, Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. And by the way, don't forget, we are headed to the Madison store. Jesse, that is a week from today, correct?
Yeah, next Friday, all 3 of us are going to be out there on the west side, just off the Beltline. One of our most popular remote broadcasts that fans come to see us every year at Steinhaffel's around this time. Next Friday, come on out.
That is the Steinhaffel Sleepers of the Week. Next, our headlines as we head into Packers-Browns. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Say yes to this. Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Perfect on their own with a favorite dipping sauce, or stacked in one of our 2 new subs, classic crispy chicken or bold Buffalo Ranch crispy chicken, made with quality chicken and served on our fresh baked bread. It's a mealtime win for kids and grown-ups. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here from my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. The people have spoken, and the results are undeniable. Ridgetop Exteriors delivers. We swept the People's Choice Awards. Best roofing, best siding, best windows, and best overall home improvement company. That's not just winning, that's setting the standard with expert craftsmanship, top materials, and service that keeps homeowners coming back. 4 categories, 4 wins, 1 name. Ridgetop Exteriors, your only choice for home exteriors. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and experience the difference today.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best local sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
He's got a Chevrolet that don't always run and the radio never turns down. He's got a pedigree that's no good for nothing, no commas in his bank account. But there's a girl at the hole in the wall where he plays.
What are you giggling about over there, Nelson? Oh no!
Bucky's back.
Back again. Bucky's back.
Just getting ready to head out. Bucky. Greater Bucky Open. Bucky, we appreciate everything you do.
Tausch asked him for a massage. Yeah.
He was kind of bucking around, hitting my head again, and now he's giving me a massage, which is nice. You know, we got girls dancing. We got Bucky giving massages. That's what you expect at a Greater Bucky Open.
Only at the Greater Bucky Open. Well, while Bucky is hanging out with you guys, it is time now for headlines.
We've buried the lead.
But it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, I've read the headlines.
It's time to predict this week's headlines.
It is time for headlines. Tausch, what'd your brothers write for you?
Well, we are going with more of a limerick type scenario the last couple of weeks, and you know, we have not discussed a lot about the Brewers and my first pitch, but we have a little something to have a little fun with, and here we go. Packers bounce Browns in dog pound like a first pitch off of the mound.
Brown should start Kenny Pickett or start watching cricket, as not a single point will be found. Packers 24, Browns 0.
Wow. Well done.
That's great to have the Academy back involved.
What do you mean?
Jesse? Yeah, you know what exactly.
It's not. This is not Academy.
Who? Okay.
It's Academy adjacent, and
I was going to say you didn't write it.
No, I did not write it. No, I'm not that creative or clever.
Are you including Chat GPT in the Academy?
No Chat GPT. The Academy is a collective. I just want to make sure we all understand. It is a collective. This was more singular than collective, just so we all know.
Because I'm already on thin ice with your brothers, and I don't know who you had that is Academy adjacent that did this for you. Josh DiMaggio points out.
No, I know, and I'm don't be that guy. I got to rhyme stuff. Pickett was with the Browns. I know he's not on the team. I know Shador and Gabriel. Come on, guys. We're trying to create some stuff here. Not everything's going to be perfect and dialed up. All
right. Well, I have incurred the wrath of the Academy for my critique of movies. So what I have decided to do with my headlines this season, I've done it twice already. I'm just going to keep it as my theme all year long. I'm going to do movie quotes as my headlines, but not act them out. And one of my favorite movies was filmed in Milwaukee, but is set in Cleveland, and that, of course, is Major League. So just a reminder, fans, coming up is our Die Hard night here at the stadium. Free admission to anyone who was actually alive the last time the Browns were good. Just a bit outside, Myles Garrett tried to get the corner and missed against Anthony Belton. Forget about the curveball, Micah. Give him the heater. And Joe Flacco, this guy threw 3 picks in a father-son game. Packers 27, Browns 3.
Not bad. Very well done, Jess.
Thanks. The one I really wanted to use, because they only have 1 pick, but you have to use the gosh darn, and I don't want to get in trouble.
You're ready. You're struggling
pick,
with.
That's all we got. 1 blanket pick from Evan Williams. But anyway. All right, Jesse, what you got?
As mentioned in Wilde and Tausch trivia, of course, probably the most famous attraction in Cleveland is not the home of A Christmas Story, but it is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right down there by the stadium.
Wasn't Cedar Point what we talked about?
That's outside of Cleveland. It's nearby, Cleveland adjacent.
So you basically did 3 destinations, and then you said, as mentioned in trivia.
Yes,
which
yes.
None of us were going to know which one you meant. Okay.
Winning like a Rolling Stone, Packers proved to be the Supremes in Cleveland. Green Bay not pretenders in playoff chase. Show Cleveland who's the boss. Browns cheap tricks not enough to Chuck Berry the BB Kings of the NFC North.
Okay. What is Tony Dan? Is Tony Danza from Cleveland?
I knew.
What?
I knew the minute you said that.
You said, who's the
That's where he was
boss?
gonna go.
He didn't say, who's the boss. He said, who's the boss? Like Tony Danza. It's not Bruce Springsteen.
Yes,
he said, who's right? Am I crazy?
The
No,
entire
I
thing
knew it,
are
I knew it.
inductees
No, I
in the
understood.
Rock and Roll Hall
but I
of
didn't
Fame.
understand why Tony Danza. Maybe I thought, is he a Cleveland guy?
The
He's a
boss
musician,
is Bruce
part-time.
Springsteen, who's the... How would you like me to emphasize that?
Who's the boss?
Green Bay
Also,
not...
all of them you used the actual band or artist name, and then you went with the nickname of Bruce Springsteen.
Nicely done. Way to point that out,
Well,
Hunter.
because,
Good work.
well, Hope Springsteen's eternal for the
That
Packers.
would have been
or
really
that-
good.
Much
yeah.
better.
Sure, there you
much
go.
That would have been
better.
really good. Yes.
Dang it. Packers 24, Browns 10. My official score predictions.
Is anybody, Hunter, is anybody thinking that the Browns can score more than 10 points?
I would be shocked if they do.
I know. And that makes me nervous. It does. I don't know why, but it does.
Sometimes it just plays out the way you think it will, and that might be the case this weekend.
Could be.
Is it possible we win this game like 10-6?
Yes.
Is it possible that it's that much of a slog?
Yeah, their defense is a pretty darn good defense.
Yeah, I heard outside of
understand
their
it.
slot corner, they're really good.
That's true as well. There are no such caveats when it comes to, Quick Trip is really good outside of their donuts. No, their donuts are great. Oh, outside of their coffee. No, their coffee's fantastic, although I do recommend drinking through a cover if you're going to be around Hunter Vaughn.
Yeah.
The bottom line is Quick Trip is the best.
It is, and Packer fans, your next Quick Trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruise into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST. Blaze the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570. Or grill like an MVP with a Pit Boss Ultimate Lift-Off Griddle. For every $1 you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards, you'll earn points to use in the Packers fan zone. No purchase is necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. And bunch of great deals going on throughout the weekend. Kitchen Cravings boneless pork loin chops, 99 cents each. Bananas, jumbo onions, and baked potatoes, 29 cents a pound. And that Quickery white bread, honey wheat, Italian, cracked wheat, Swiss rye, multigrain, or Texas toast. You can get 2 loaves for $4. Tailgate savings and sweepstakes only at Quick Trip, and we'll see you next time.
Whoa, Nelly, or whoa, Hunter, or some sort of hybrid is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford, the unforgettable experience goes far beyond the casino floor with the luxury of their dining and entertainment. Savor prime cuts and fresh seafood at Council Oaks Steak and Seafood, or explore 7 unique dining venues that deliver flavors from around the world. Then let the night ignite at Hard Rock Live, where the world's greatest acts take the stage. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
It's kickoff time at Metro Ford of Madison, and we're bringing the heat with unbeatable truck deals. Get the 2025 F-150 Lightning with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per $1,000 borrowed, or tackle any job with the 2024 F-150 or F-150 XLT, now at 2.9 APR for 66 months, $16.41 per $1,000 borrowed. These offers end September 30th, so don't fumble your chance to save. Visit MetroFordofMadison.com and score your next truck today.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
The Midwest's best baseball players have one thing in common: GRB Academy. For 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, producing over 468 college commits and 27 major league draft picks. Their Windsor facility has 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training space. Next up to bat is GRB's Top Prospect Camp on Sunday, October 12th, open to the high school classes of 2026 through 2029. Claim your spot now at grbacademy.com.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store in Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
We'll get to Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints, in the next segment. For now, it's time for What Nelly and Hunter.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Jason, who do you want first, Hunter or me?
Riley Yauk.
He's not an option.
Surprised me.
Hunter, you go first.
All right, let's pick our trivia winner for this week.
Good
What a
idea.
stud.
That's
What a stud.
That is responsible.
With the cheese fry helmet, and our winner this week, it is Tex in the work truck.
Today's winner! Wow!
Winners win.
All right, Tex. Big win. That's what happens when you go 4 for 4. Nicely done.
Helps your chances. All right, Jesse, now it's your turn.
So I brought this up at the end of yesterday's show, and now I can officially confirm I have a very unique opportunity tonight. So ESPN Madison, ESPN Milwaukee, Daily Dodge TV, ESPN Beaver Dam, all part of our great high school sports coverage on YouTube. So great games across the board tonight. New Berlin West and Catholic Memorial on ESPN Milwaukee. Stoughton, Mount Horeb, Barneveld, Vikings and the Vikings on ESPN
Kicking off at
Madison.
6 o'clock on ESPN Madison, by the way.
An early one tonight. Okay.
Yeah, due to weather, they're bumping it up.
Oh, yeah.
Smart.
Forecast.
Wicked smart. All right. I've come into the opportunity to broadcast tonight's Muskego High School football game on the Muskego High School produced live stream as the 5th-ranked Warriors host number 1 Arrowhead in a Classic 8 Top 5 showdown.
Who are you broadcasting it for, potentially?
It's through the Muskego High School live stream, so it's a school-produced broadcast. All of the teams in the Classic 8 conference, which is Arrowhead, Muskego, McGuanago, that whole group, they'd all do their own school-produced streams.
Would Dennis say that that's the best conference in the state?
Universally, it is. That and the Fox Valley are recognized as the
it's the SEC of high school football.
I'd say the Fox Valley Association is the Big Ten, and the Classic 8 is the SEC.
Oh, what's the Big 8?
What's the MAC?
Big 8's the Big 12 or the ACC.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the Valley? How about the Valley up north? What is that?
I just said the Fox
No,
Valley.
the Valley.
What's the other valley?
Are you serious?
What about the Driftless
Stevens
region?
Point and Rapids and that whole crew.
That's American.
Yeah, because they'll have a top-heavy school, but then it's the rest of it can kind of struggle.
All right.
How much of a homer should I be
Homer
for
it up.
Muskego on the Muskego-produced broadcast of the Muskego
Homer it
football
up.
game?
Like, you're not there to be...
I've never had the opportunity to be an impartial or a
Well, no,
a
you did.
partial
You did the
broadcaster.
Verona Sun Prairie game, and you were very
Yeah, that's
homerish
what-
for Verona.
You've said that.
You got to homer it
not
up.
true.
They're
No.
tuning in to listen to you describe the game, but you homer it up for sure. Jason?
What would your dad that never wanted you say?
If I'm doing the Muskego game, it's the Muskego broadcast, the Muskego fans, you would think are the ones tuning in?
Right, he does the Badgers broadcasts. And he does it incredibly professionally. You know that he's the voice of the Badgers, but he's not referring to them as we all the time. He's not being Johnny Homer.
Question for you, though.
He's not impartial.
Here's the deal. Matt is the best. We've showered him with praise for a.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
A Hall of Fame beef. You hear him when someone else scores the touchdown. He is not. The voice level isn't up. So
sure.
He is not a homer per se.
Correct.
But he definitely.
Yes.
I want this. I think Jesse is from there. He went to school there. He is asked to do a one-time deal. This isn't something that they're asking him to do professionally for 35 years, Jason.
Hey, man,
it's
we
different.
Can disagree. Agree to disagree. I think if you want to grow up to be your dad and either be an usher at Hempfield or be the voice of the Badgers.
Celebrity there on Tuesday night.
Great opportunity for you to show that you can be pro Muskego without being over the top like some, I'm sure, SEC announcers are in college football. So, look, it's up to you. You don't have to take my advice, but this is a great opportunity to show you love your Muskego Warriors.
Warriors, they are the Warriors. Yeah.
And be that great voice for them and give them a great performance on the live stream, but still pay homage to the guy that you admire. That is, like, if anybody could be a homer, it's a guy that the school has put in their Hall of Fame. And he still doesn't act like a complete homer. He's a pro.
Interesting.
Your chance to be that guy. It's up to you.
Very interesting.
Arrowhead's really easy to root against, though. They're the number one team in the state. Real easy.
I mean, Jason
Real
brings
easy.
up some good counterpoints, but I still say homer it up, like in a big way. Next.
Whoa, Nelly. We don't have that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Nelly.
Back to you, Hunter.
Is it live or is it Memorex?
My TikTok has been flooded with people making like sea shanties, but giving you instructions on how to fly like F-16s or drive tanks, and I don't know what's happening. This has just occurred in like the last 48 hours to me. Does anyone else's algorithms ever give you like super weird stuff? Like, I've never looked up how to fly an F-16 in my life, but it's showing up on my TikTok now.
Yeah, I am only on Twitter. I don't use any of the other platforms. I think I have an Instagram account that rarely do I use. So I'm not a TikTok guy. I had something come up, and I don't know why, but maybe it was because I was in Tuscaloosa. But there is a biscuits and gravy wrestle-off at a gentleman's club. So, yeah, it was the weirdest thing. I don't know why that showed up on my feed, but I'm just being honest with you guys, and it continues, because then I was like, this isn't, and it said wrestling. And it was, I think there was somebody from Barstool. The whole thing was just really odd. And just for the record, last week in Tuscaloosa, we went to a steakhouse. I went back to the hotel. That's what I did. I didn't go to any wrestling. I didn't go to any of that.
Breakfast?
No, I didn't even get breakfast. But the game was early. We had to do our fickling. It was 9 a.m. So I didn't get to catch any of the biscuits and gravy wrestling. But I think it's very similar to where Hunter's at. He's flying F-16s, and they're promoting biscuits and gravy wrestling for me. I'm not sure why.
Gravy wrestling. I think I speak for everyone when I say, whoa, Nelly.
Well, you're telling me, whoa. I'm being honest with you guys. You're telling me there's nothing goofy or wacky that has come up on any of your feeds that shouldn't have?
No, nothing
but
wacky,
it did?
because I will say I am constantly flooded with whatever I search for, I then am inundated with. So like yesterday as I was walking the course, we've got this little golf area we've created where they're the girls' swing set used to be in our backyard. And so they've got a couple of spots where they can hit balls into a net. And I thought it would be a fun little decorative thing to put a ball washer back there. And I wanted to see if I could find like a used ball washer. You know, like they're on the stand. Like
I heard they have that down at the Biscuits and Gravy Wrestling.
Well, they may have that too.
No, I didn't bring up ball washing. I didn't bring it up. I did bring up gravy wrestling, but I didn't bring anything up about ball washing.
And now I just get and I search for a specific type of golf ball that Sydney and Madison want, and so now I'm getting inundated with tailor-made stuff. Like it's just, I am amazed at how quickly that takes hold, and then it's in all of your social feeds.
TaylorMade starts selling ice cream.
Back to me.
I will say this. I saw, and this is another thing I saw on my feed that I thought was really interesting. It's not about wrestling or ball washing.
Oh, okay.
These places where you go and get ice cream and you make yourself a cone.
Yeah.
And so there's a hack that you fill the bottom of your cone, then you use a different cone and you reverse it and you smush the ice cream down, and then you can swirl around the tip of the other cone, so you end up with two cones. And you have the ice cream smashed into the bottom cone, and then the other cone pinnacles up, and you swirl around it, so you're going to end up biting. You're going to have double cone and all that ice cream.
Why do I want double cone?
You get more ice cream. And I think this shouldn't be legal,
You got one cone
but it's a
here,
hack.
You got one cone here, and you put them
So here's the
together?
deal. You put the ice cream in the base of the cone, then you grab the other cone, you smush the ice cream down so that it kind of plats down, and then that cone is now stuck up, and you swirl around that cone.
So you put the bottom of the cone in,
and you
put it
shove down, and then
yeah.
because it pinnacles up.
Yeah.
So you smush, and then you do this, and it gets, I think you end up using more ice cream. So I don't think it's something you should do, but it was a hack. And I saw that. Those are the two things that stuck into my mind this week when I looked at that.
Whoa, Nelly.
Maybe it's just food stuff that shows up, and they were trying to promote the biscuits and gravy more than the wrestling component.
All right, we have an in-house Feel Good Friday painted by Holman Lindsay Paints, and we have one that I want to share from a visit that I made to Green Bay Southwest High School on Tuesday or Monday. So we will get to both of those as we wrap up the show and wrap up the week with Feel Good Friday painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. We'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Stay the course. Wisconsin football looking to rebound after the lopsided loss at Alabama. As Bucky approaches Big Ten play, Barry Alvarez offering advice to Luke Fickell and co. to avoid the noise. More from Coach during the latest episode of The Barry Alvarez Show.
They can say whatever they want. It's about the coach and the kids. When you lose, you're going to get criticized. That's just human nature. Listen, whether it be the Packers or anybody, any place across the country. And we have a very avid fan base here.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee. At Dunkin' Donuts, we're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
Born and raised under the rain and a western wind, felt the weight. Try to live up.
All right, we got a jam-packed Feel Good Friday painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. But, Jesse, I'm being told you have something to give away?
Yeah, this is part of a good Feel Good Friday here. Shaq, the big Diesel, DJ Diesel tonight. He couldn't make it to the Brewers game the other night, and Tausch can't measure the
Missed
team
a hell
because
of a
of
first
that.
pitch.
But he is in Madison tonight.
Why, who threw it last night?
The one and only Shaquille O'Neal turning Madison into the biggest party in the Midwest. DJ Diesel and Shaq's Bass All-Stars are taking over the Sylvie tonight, and you have a chance to go right now. We have 3 pairs of tickets. Caller 1, caller 2, caller 3. Right now, 844-770-3776 on the Carbliss ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. You and a guest at 844-770-3776 get to experience the energy, the beats, and the bass. A show you do not want to miss at the Sylvie, right next to our radio station in downtown Madison tonight. Call now. Party with Shaq at the Sylvie tonight. 844-770-3776. Caller 1, caller 2, caller 3. Get to go to DJ Diesel at the Sylvie tonight.
All right, Tausch, a couple of Feel Good Fridays. I know we're going to talk about the Greater Bucky Open. So first, an in-house Feel Good Friday. Our boy Josh DiMaggio has gotten a big promotion. He will still be producing Jen, Gabe, and Shuey, which I know a lot of our fans enjoy, but he also got a highfalutin title, and I just thought we should take this moment to publicly say, Joshy, we love you and congratulations.
The big cat.
Right?
Oh, God, is he my manager now?
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Hall monitor, Joshy.
I find myself being concerned about your job status. If
I would
that's
too. Oh, boy.
All right, and then we're going to wrap up with the Greater Bucky Open, but I got to do something great this week. I got to see Jordan Love and the impact that he has. And, Tausch, you know this from your experience of going to schools. Whenever a Packer, much less the quarterback, walk in to this, in this case, it was the practice field at Green Bay Southwest High School. Jordan Love doing his Love for Cleats campaign for a second straight year along with U.S. Venture, where he gives cleats to local teams. They're all in Wisconsin. And every touchdown he scores, whether it's passing or rushing, he outfits an entire team from kindergarten through 12th grade. So it could be a high school team, could be a youth team with new cleats. And he launched it with the Green Bay Southwest Trojans. Also threw an interception to one of their linebackers when they were doing a little 7-on-7. And talking with Marcos Martinez, who had the interception, he's a junior linebacker. He got so emotional talking about what it meant to him that Jordan Love was here. It was more than just the shoes. It was about him being there and investing and pouring into these kids. It was great. And so I'm working on a little video story, which is the first time I've tried to do this. It's taking me a while for channel3000.com. But I've also got the written version that'll be up on Sunday as well. So I'm excited to tell that story. That is my Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. You got a Greater Bucky Open hat.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's right in front
the
of
one
you.
that's right in front of you, in fact.
Oh, I didn't know you had transitioned off. Great job by Jordan and his team. Great job by the Greater Bucky Open team as well. What I love about coming out here is this. The American Family Children's Hospital has been a staple. We all love that it's here and it's available to everybody in the state of Wisconsin and Dane County and everything else. But this is a grassroots operation. This is the 29th year they've been doing it. Started off with just a couple of Buckies and a couple of buddies, and they raised a couple $100. And it's gotten to the point where they are closing in on raising $1 million in their 29th year of doing this. So the whole time they just kept chipping and they're getting to that point. So kudos to Derek and the whole team out here at the Greater Bucky Open. It gets bigger every year, and they just continue to make a big impact in the community. So tip the cap to Bucky. Bucky was nice today, didn't give me a concussion. Awesome stuff by the Greater Bucky Open squad.
You know, I got to go to a few of those. Not the one where Jesse was talking when they were talking about serious stuff, but couldn't make it there today with obviously some Packers stuff going on. But it is a great thing, and the grassroots nature of that project and what it's become, those guys should feel really, really proud of what they've done because it's an awesome, awesome thing. All right, that is it for us this week. We'll be back on Monday to talk about the Packers' shutout of the Browns, or maybe something else. We'll see what happens on Sunday in Cleveland. That's it for us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
What is up, Madison? I'm Hunter Vaughn. Your Sports Center update is brought to you by Stoughton Health, providing experienced physicians, nurses, therapists, technicians, and staff for personalized, forward-thinking, expert health care. Stoughton Health, trusted care close to home. The Milwaukee Brewers got their brooms out at AmFam Field as they took down the Angels 5-2 last night. Quinn Priester was fantastic with 10 strikeouts, including striking out the first 6 batters of the game.
1-2 pitch. And a called third strike right down the middle with a sinker. 6 batters, 6 strikeouts.
Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn.
With that victory, Milwaukee now has a 6-game lead in the NL Central, and their magic number to win the division is down to 4 games. Also, Milwaukee is up to a 3-game lead on the Philadelphia Phillies for the 1 seed in the National League. Milwaukee heads on the road for a 3-game series starting tonight in St. Louis. The Rich Eisen Show starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Hey, everybody.
Can't get enough of the Rich Eisen Show? You're in luck. You can find us everywhere. Watch us weekdays on Disney Plus from noon to 3 Eastern. Miss the show? We've got a podcast so you can listen anytime. But here's the best part. Our YouTube channel. Subscribe at youtube.com/Rich Eisen Show and you'll never miss a moment. Now, on with the show.
Yeah, I'm going to call it. I'm going to retire.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Our expectation was to come in here and win the game.
Live from the Rich Eisen Show studio in Los Angeles. Earlier on the show, NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero. Coming up, ESPN NFL analyst Marcus Spears. Plus, latest news and more. And now, it's Rich Eisen.
Hour 2 of this Friday before week 3.